And we are live, and we're back with another one. And this is World Cup Qualifiers Daily, episode 16, with your boy Dominic Rich. Today is Saturday, October 9th. Damn, time's flying. Gotta say, time's flying. Why is this not muted? Come on, mute. Let's go. Big up to everybody in the house. We're gonna kick things off by talking about something that happened in the recent summit held by FIFA, where they discussed the future of football, basically. And you could see Arsene Wenger in the picture there, it's peeking out. And it says, World Cup. UEFA remains opposed to Arsene Wenger's plan for biennial tournament after FIFA Summit. So, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to put up a poll, and I want to ask you guys, what do you think about the World Cup happening every 2 years? Early poll for everybody who come into the stream until we need another poll, okay? But big up to everybody in here right now. Appreciate you joining. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me. Thank you very much. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on your way in. Thank you. All right, and to all my mods in the comments, make sure you encourage people to like up the video, okay? Please, you guys are not doing your jobs. Why are you mods and you're not doing your jobs? Just want to put it out there, man. You guys are slacking. Big time. Anyways, let's go. Let me put up a poll. World Cup every 2 years. Let me put up a poll. Should the FIFA World Cup be every 2 years? Right. Yes or no? Ask the community. Simple yes or no poll. Live. So vote up, guys. Vote up in the poll. Let me know what you think. Yes or no? World Cup every 2 years, and I'm going to leave that right there. I think I'm actually, start off the streams with polls going forwards just so that we could get the interaction going on in the stream, okay? So let us go. Let us read through this article before we get into the nitty-gritty. This is just to warm things up. You got to warm up. You see what I mean? For the latecomers and things like that. World Cup. UEFA remains opposed to Arsene Wenger's plan for biennial tournament after FIFA Summit. FIFA's chief of global football development, Arsene Wenger, wants to hold men's World Cup biannually, but UEFA and CONCACAF are opposed. Jill Ellis put forward a plan for more frequent women's World Cups at FIFA Summit on Thursday. You could see Mr. Arsene Wenger with a mic in his hand with a master plan at the summit there. So, the article reads, UEFA understood to remain opposed to plans to host the men's World Cup every 2 years following a FIFA Summit on Thursday. The world governing body's chief of global football development, Arsene Wenger, is spearheading plans to host the men's World Cup biannually instead of every 4 years. The proposed changes to the international calendar would mean a major finals being held every year, alternating between World Cups in even years and the continental finals such as the European Championship and the Copa America in odd years. You get it? Under the proposal, the number of international windows in a season would be cut to one or at most two in October and March, with no national team playing any more than 7 matches, including playoffs. Speaking during the first FIFA Member Association's online summit, which more than 200 FIFA member associations and 32 FIFA council members attended, the organization's president Gianni Infantino said their ambitions for football development across the entire world can only be realized if we have more successful events taking place on a more regular basis. You mean more events, more money? Duh. Come on, you think we're dumb out here? We ain't dumb out here, man. We are not dumb out here at all. The governing body's president added that FIFA is undertaking the most inclusive and thorough consultation process that the world of football has ever seen on a global basis. He added, the first summit was an important step in the consultation process because it provided both FIFA Council members and over 200 FIFA member associations with the opportunity to make proposals, to ask questions, and to debate issues in an open and transparent way. We want to adapt a holistic approach with a global approach to this project. FIFA has one event that lasts 1 month every 4 years. That is helping to develop football in all 211 member associations and the other FIFA competitions. The new FIFA is open for this type of dialogue as we strive to find the best possible solution for women's, men's, and youth football going forward, both in terms of international match calendar and final tournaments reform. We have the opportunity to shape football history, to look forward, to learn from the past, and to design the future because our vision is to make football truly global. It should have said, our vision is to make more money, basically. But we will only make changes if it benefits everyone. No one should be a loser in this. Everyone should be better off at the end of the day. Otherwise, there's no reason to change anything if the global football world and everyone is not better off. We are aware of the different challenges that this brings. Jill Ellis led the USA to 2 Women's World Cup triumphs. That's the female coach there. FIFA says it has consulted with players and coaches on its proposal and will now consult with member associations, federation, and stakeholders, including fans, in October. You're not consulting fans, man. The fans should have the vote. And the fans, what are the fans saying in the poll right now? The fans are saying a whopping 86% is saying no. 28 votes so far. The votes will continue to go up because the poll would be live for a while. So vote up in the poll if you haven't yet done so. And as you vote, like the video. Smash the vote, like the video, okay? Appreciate that. So it will then publish a report in November before a global summit at the end of the year. Both Wenger and 2-time Women's World Cup winning manager Jill Ellis, now FIFA's technical advisory group leader for women's football, give presentations at the summit. Don't tell me Jill Ellis and Arsene Wenger is colluding, you know. Don't tell me that. You see what I'm saying? Damn, this article is long as hell, but I'm going to read it through. I'm going to read it as the people gather. FIFA says it has consulted with, all right. Discussing his revamped men's international match calendar headlined by a biennial World Cup, Wenger said, it is an audacious proposal for the future of men's football, and it follows 4 main principles, namely regrouping national team qualifying matches, reducing travel for players, creating more space for meaningful matches and final tournaments, and ensuring a mandatory rest period for players between seasons. Ellis also confirmed her intentions to increase the frequency of Women's World Cup, saying, challenges with the right mindset can create opportunities. And I quote, we have issues in both national team football and club football that require substantial change. Our focus is on providing more balanced sporting opportunities at national level across the world and to find better solutions in moving club football forward. And you could see Alexander Seferin there. European football's governing body are opposed to FIFA's plans. And I honestly think once UEFA are opposed, it ain't going to happen. It will take a lot of convincing. But I don't think once they say no, it ain't happening. Look at how many places they have at a World Cup. 13 out of 32. It ain't happening. Therefore, included in our proposed solution solution would be the opportunity to change the frequency of the FIFA Women's World Cup and continental tournaments in order to create a much bigger platform for women's football. Despite the backing of Infantino and Wenger, UEFA is understood to remain against the plans to increase the frequency of World Cups, arguing it will damage football and threaten players' health and welfare, and is seeking a meeting with FIFA to discuss the plans. South American Confederation Conmebol has previously described the plans as highly unviable, but the Confederation of North, Central, and the Caribbean Association Football CONCACAF and the Asian Football Confederation have confirmed they are open to the idea of biennial World Cup. At Thursday's meeting, associations raised points strongly supporting the proposal, as others raised concern about the impact of a biennial World Cup on finances, competition prestige, player welfare, and domestic competitions, as well as how it would fit into the calendar. Representatives from Germany, Italy, Portugal, and Romania raised issues during the 4-hour summit. Sky Sports News has been told that associations from every confederation in the world asked questions during the discussions. Sources describe the mood in the meeting as constructive, civilized, and transparent. This article is from skysports.com, football section, and it's just to warm us up today. Big up to everybody in the house right about now. You guys know I do things a lot different than a lot of people do things, and I come up with these, I gather all these articles to discuss and share with y'all. So big up to the boy Football Fair. How you feeling, man? Nice to see you around these spots. And the votes are 37 votes in, and it's a whopping no. No. The fan says no. And big up to Mr. Tibbs in the house, Video James, Adnan, Football Pharaoh, Creral family, AD744 in the house, Elias Abdi, Lennon Sweet, Dupe, how are you feeling? Thriller, how are you doing, man? Nicholas Bauer, how are you feeling? Michael Olapido in the Blood Clay House Online School, how are you doing? Adrian KB, Smith Yoon, King Key 2000, everybody in here right about now, man. Joel 81 area, Madge in the house, McLovin, everybody in here who's still in here. Let's go. Let's get into the nitty gritty of today's live stream now that we've got that one out the way. And what we're going to be doing, I have a little something on every single confederation, including predictions, review of matches, etc., etc., etc. So with that being said, we are going to move on, and I have something fun to actually share with you from Conmebol before we move on to the next confederation. So that first article was just to warm things up, but I found a nice little thing on Conmebol region to warm us up today. Okay, so those are all the mascots. That's the mascots from the Copa America from 1987 to 2001. So take a look at that. Let me know your thoughts. And let me see if I could actually download this image and upload it into my StreamYard so it could be a little bigger. And that'll help to just take a look at that. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. But it's kind of small, you know what I'm saying? So let's see. All right, that looks a lot better. That looks a lot better. And as you could see, 1987, Gardelito. Little boy, Gardelito. Argentinian kid. 1989, Tico. Brazilian bird. You know what I mean? Canarinos. I should say Canarinos. And 1991, Chile. Grosso. These are the mascots, guys. 1993. What is that? Ecuador? Chocolito? If I'm not mistaken, if it's Ecuador or Colombia, I can't even tell. But Chocolito. Torito from Uruguay. 1995. Bolivia. Tattoo. And that looks like an armadillo. And in St. Vincent, we actually call armadillos tattoo, you know. Seriously, this is crazy. We call armadillos tattoo in St. Vincent. So that is actually cool. I learned something new today. Maybe it's translation in Spanish. 1999, Tagua. That's Paraguayan. Americo. Is that a Colombian? 2001 here, Americo. Looks like a cartoon alien type thing. Chasky, Peruvian, little Indian running there with the football. Guaki, 2007. What is that? Is that like Bolivia? Is that Colombia? I don't even know, to be honest. I really don't know. And we go over to 2011 Argentina, Tangolero. I don't know if any one of y'all remember these things, but I do remember seeing PB, the Brazilian one for 2021. Zizito, Brazil, 2019. I don't remember Zizito. And Zincha. Zincha looks cool. Zincha looks like a Pokemon. 2015. So, yeah. PlanetaFootball.com. You could go check that out. And I just thought I'd share that with you. You know, we have Conmebol predictions coming up in the show a little later. So just share your thoughts on that in the comments and let me know how you feel, okay? So we're going to keep it moving. I don't have anything else from Conmebol right about now. But we're going to move into CAF. I have something from CAF to share with you. Just to reiterate something I shared with you yesterday. And let's go over to my Twitter. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, by the way, guys, at Dominic Rich FC, okay? So, look, I have this thing from Twitter to share with you guys. Algeria are unbeaten in their last 30 international matches, which is an African record by a senior national team. And not only that, they are the most informed team in world football right now after Italy were beaten by Spain, but it's an African record that they have gone 30 matches without losing. See, Riyad Mahrez there scored a brace in the last game as well, so Algeria are on fire, but they face stiff competition in their group from, damn, get rid of that, god damn, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, you still have the Mascots up. Thank you very much there. So let me bring that back. Algeria are unbeaten in their last 30 matches, international matches, which is an African record by a senior team. So big props to the Algeria national team there. And, let's see. Football Fair says Zincha looks very cool. And it actually have a name like, that could be like a legendary player too, Zincha. You see what I mean? So we're going to move on from this one. We're going to keep things moving. I have something very, very interesting to share with y'all. And I have to say, big shout outs to my boy Bethel Kebede. I don't know if he's in here right about now. But big up to Bethel, because Bethel actually reminded us that the new Ghanaian manager, the new old manager, was the same guy, Milovan Rajovac, that took them to the quarterfinals of the 2010 World Cup, almost took Ghana to the semis of the 2010 World Cup. And if it wasn't for that Suarez incident, Ghana could have been the first, African semifinalists. And who knows? They could have gone on to win it. We don't know. You see what I'm saying? So what we're going to be doing, we're just going to take a look at what the Ghanaian team did at the 2010 World Cup, where they were drawn in Group D alongside Germany, Serbia, and Australia. So take a look back here. Ghana beat Serbia 1-0. And I did watch these games, but if you ask me what happened in these games, I can't remember. That was a long time ago. That's 11 years ago. See what I'm saying? I was a wild boy back then. But I watched the World Cup. Did watch the World Cup. I used to watch as many games as possible. So you could see Asamoah Gyan scored in the 84th minute here. Alexander Lukovic got sent off in the 74th minute for Serbia. Let's just take a look at the lineups and see if we recognize some of these names. You see Nemanja Vidic played, Alexander Kolarov, who's still playing. Well, let me see. You have Vladimir Stojkovic. Who else? Branislav Ivanovic did play. And Milan I don't know that guy that well, but Neven Subotic. Those are the names that I recognize off the top here. And in terms of the subs for Serbia, I don't really recognize much of these names. But you go to the Ghanaian team here. Richard Kingston, I remember him in goal, man. He was big in that World Cup for sure. John Mensah as well. Kevin Prince Boateng. I remember when, young Kevin Prince Boateng represented Ghana, and his brother was, Jerome was representing Germany, of course. Andre Ayew played at that World Cup, and Andre Ayew scored for Ghana as well. That was a game today. He scored, so he's still around. Kwado Asamoah, the man who last was playing for, prominently playing for Inter Milan there. He represented Stephen Appiah, and I think Stephen Appiah was recently the manager as well. So, yeah, man. Yeah, Daniel Aguier, all these guys. I think Daniel Aguier plays in the English lower leagues. Suleiman Torre. What a team. What a team, though. What a team. You see what I'm saying? What a freaking team. Look who's the manager down at the bottom there. Milovan Rajovac. So, let's just move on to the other game here. Australia and Ghana played to a 1-1 draw. So Ghana wasn't really that great in the group stages when you think about it. A 1-1 draw against Australia here. Asamoah Gyan scored again. Brett Holman scored. Harry Kewell got sent off. And Australia held on for the draw. So we go back and we take a look at the game against Germany. Mesut Ozil. This is what I remember the most from the 2010 World Cup. Mesut Ozil and his pace at his age. When he was young, he was fast. I don't know what happened. He just got super slow. But I can remember Ozil, man. He was a live wire, I'm telling you, at the 2010 World Cup. But, yeah, you know what happened to him. But Ghana wasn't able to handle him, though. Take a look at the Germany team here. Thomas Muller. Thomas Muller started that game, and Muller is still around. See what I'm saying? Lucas Podolski. You had Manuel Neuer still around. There guys like Kakao, Philip Lahm, Bastian Schweinsteiger, a lot of legends. Tony Cruz even started that game, and he's still around. So, legendary players. But I think Cruz actually retired from the national team. Per Mertesacker, Sami Khedira, Jerome Boateng. Just bringing up these names that Miroslav Klose, Stefan Kiesling. Who remembers Stefan Kiesling, man? Oh, my God. Bundesliga legend. Stefan Kiesling. Oh, man, my boy Bad Stuber. Bad Stuber, man. A career ravaged by injury. Oh, man. Marco Marin as well. Wow. This is the same Marco Marin that the Serbian, right? Is this the same? Yep. What? This is the same Marco Marin. Well, he's Bosnian. But goddamn Marco Marin. Jeez, man. Just going down memory lane right about now, man. This is nice. Mario Gomez was in the team as well. Jeez. Gomez, Klose, and Kiesling in the same team. Jesus. Oh, man. Oh, man. Anyways, we're going to keep it moving. Go back here. They made it out the group. And in the round of 16 here, let's go. The round of 16, they met the USA and defeated the USA 2-1. Kevin Prince Boateng in the 5th minute. London Donovan in the 62nd penalty. And Asamoah Gyan with the late goal to give Ghana the big win. Break U.S. hearts. Shattered into pieces. Is there any players still left back from the USA team? Don't think so at all. Maurice Edu. These guys are pundits right now. Clint Dempsey. Oh, man. Tim Howard. London Donovan. Oh, man. Josie Altido still plays. Michael Bradley. Oh, man. These guys are dinosaurs. Onyewu. He's like a pundit right about now. Stuart Holden. He's a pundit as well. All of these guys, and I'm probably missing some of these names, but Brad Guzan is still around. He's still playing. Still part of the setup recently as well. So, yeah, they beat the USA and went on to the famed match against Uruguay, where Suleiman Torres scored in the 45th minute, Diego Forlan in the 55th minute, and then Luis Suarez. The game went to extra time, and the last minute of the game, Luis Suarez actually cleared the ball off the line with his hands. And I talked about this in the build-up of the 2018 World Cup. I have to do some flashback videos, though. I made a lot of videos. I have to either remake them, like an updated version, or simply, you know, do some flashback clips or something like that to just show you guys how far I've came. Uruguay went on to win 4-1 pens. You know what I'm saying? And listen, from what I could remember, didn't Asamoah Gyan like miss? Yeah, my God. Listen, he was one of my favorite players at the World Cup. And I was like, God damn, you have a penalty to win the game, go into the semis, and you miss it? You miss it? Wow. You take a look at the Uruguay lineup here. Forlan, man, legendary player, but Muslera is still in goal for Uruguay, which is absolutely amazing. You see what I'm saying? Luis Suarez still plays. Edinson Cavani. Oh, Diego Godin is still around. And, you know, I don't think Nicolas Lodero is around the squad these days, but Martin Cáceres is still around. And I think those are the few players that are still around the national team setup. So that was Ghana's journey at the 2010 World Cup. And I just thought I'll go down memory lane there, seeing that Milovan Rajovac is back in charge of the national team. So with that being said, guys, we are going to move on. And since we got about 43 people up in the house right about now, let us actually get into the articles on Newcastle FC's takeover. Newcastle FC. I want to find me the Premier League official statement here. That's what I want to read from, the official Premier League statement. I don't want to get too much into the nitty-gritty of things here in terms of this, because people, of course, you know, people are already milking the thing. You see what I mean? And this will be the first time that I'm talking about the takeover. The Saudis have taken over, and this is part of the AFC segment, by the way. The Saudis have taken over Newcastle FC in a long-awaited takeover. Long awaited. This has been in talks for a long time, and they wait until this international break to actually do that. So Saudi Arabia are doing big things, man. They beat Japan, and they actually got a Premier League club now. So, look, the article reads, Premier League statement. League, Newcastle and St. James's Holding set a dispute over takeover of club which has been sold. The PIF, PCP, Capital Partners, and RB Sports and Media acquired Newcastle United Football Club. Well, exactly. The Premier League, Newcastle United Football Club, and St. James Holding Limited have today settled the dispute over the takeover of the club by the consortium of PIF, PCP, Capital Partners, and RB Sports and Media. Following the completion of the Premier League's owners and directors tests, the club has been sold to the consortium with immediate effect. The legal disputes concerned which entities would own and or have the ability to control the club following the takeover. All parties have agreed the settlement is necessary to end the long uncertainty for fans over the club's ownership. So, the club's ownership. Yeah, I gotta read this properly. The Premier League has now received legally binding assurances that The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia will not control Newcastle Football Club. All right, let me read that over. The Premier League has now received legally binding assurances that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia will not control Newcastle United Football Club. All parties are pleased to have concluded this process, which gives certainty and clarity to Newcastle United Football Club and their fans. And that's the article. What are your thoughts, man? Talk to me. Twiller says, I see Newcastle as title contenders by the 2023-24 Premier League season. Nah, I don't agree with that. To be honest, I don't agree with that. You know what I'm actually picturing, to be completely real? I'm picturing a whole situation where it could either go two ways. They could either take their time with this and do it properly, or play FIFA career mode with it. You see what I'm saying? If you do it properly by making the right signings, getting the right manager in, taking your time with it. But when I say that, though, I have to be careful because Newcastle are not in the best position right now. They need a manager who could turn things around really fast. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't want to mess around, take it over, and you're back in the championship. You see what I'm saying? And then you're in the championship, and it's a struggle to get out. You see what I mean? So I think, yeah, changes has to happen really fast. And I mean maybe after the international break. If they are really serious, they got to get rid of Steve Bruce, bring in a worthy manager who could do the job. Maybe worthy is not the right word, but bring in a more, let's say, astute manager who could do the job. But the fans don't want Steve Bruce in charge of Newcastle, and they could start signing players. But the thing is, you don't want to be signing players that are rejects. You see what I'm saying? I'm hearing Philip Coutinho's name thrown in the mix, Keylor Navas, Mauro Icardi. You see what I'm saying? And these sorts of names. This is not what you want to do. You want to actually do some smart business and not go and spend money like you're crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just work on the areas where you most need players. Maybe another forward because Callum Wilson is always injured. You see what I mean? So when you think about a new forward, you go in for a hot player on the market, a hot young player, not like an old washed up player. You see what I'm saying? So for Newcastle, maybe a player a statement signing will be to bring in a player like Vlahovic. You see what I'm saying? A Fiorentina who's ripping it up right about now. You see what I'm saying? That is the best thing they could do. They don't want to go crazy and sign a Coutinho and sign, all these reject players at their clubs who are not doing well. You know what I mean? What if Raheem Sterling joins Newcastle FC? Oh, man, that'd be crazy, though. You know what I mean? But, yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole Newcastle United thing. And if you guys have anything else to add, please let me know in the chat here. So let me see what you guys are saying. Anything? You guys have anything to say? Better, I gave you a shout out earlier, bro. 72 votes. And it's a no. It's a resounding no to World Cup every 2 years. I'm going to leave that poll live because I want to see how many people actually come through the stream today and vote in the poll. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if it could hit 500. Let me see if that many people be coming in the streams and not liking the thing. Guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the live stream, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this every day since Sunday, actually. So I've gone Sunday to Saturday and I'll be live tomorrow again. So, I do this during the international breaks as part of World Cup qualifiers daily. Nicholas Bauer is mentioning the human rights situation there, and I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm really, really glad you mentioned that. We have some more things to actually get into, but in terms of the human rights situation, I have a tweet on that to share with you guys on that situation there. And the tweet is from Hatis Jengis. It is so terrible to read that once again money has been more important than justice. What a shame and embarrassment for Newcastle United FC that they are now owned by those who murdered Jamal Khashoggi. And I don't know anything about Jamal Khashoggi though. But I think he's like a journalist or something like that. And hashtag the Newcastle takeover. So let's just click this article here on the Guardian. And let's get a little deeper into this. You thought I was finished with it? No, I'm not. Not done. Not done. It's a headline. It's a headline topic for today's episode. I ain't done with it at all. Okay? Not done. Newcastle set sights on trophies after Saudi-backed takeover ends Ashley's era. Mike Ashley is no longer in charge of Newcastle United FC. And you could see the fans here, wild. You see what I'm saying? The fans are going wild here. Celebrating because the club has life now. The club has life and they could dream. Guys, let me know if you're hearing the audio from this. I think you should be hearing the audio from this. I realize that the audio is be there. So, yeah, the Geordies, man. Geordies are happy. And talk about the Geordies, man. You know what I mean? True Geordie. Talk so much shit about Man City being taken over by, oil oligarchs and things like that or whatever. And no, look, you see what I'm saying? The irony, you know what I'm saying? The irony in everything. So let me just read through this already. You know what I mean? Newcastle United's controversial Saudi-led owners have set their sights on winning the Premier League and European trophies after completing their £300 million takeover. FIFA career mode stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like when you play FIFA career mode, they say, hey man, we expect trophies. We expect the Premier League, we expect a Champions League, and yeah, go do your thing. Here's money. So it's pretty much what's expected here. But I think Newcastle United should actually keep their expectations very, very realistic because you still have the big players in the game, man. City's still there, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, all these teams would have something to say. So Newcastle, I don't think are just going to poke their head in and start winning right away unless you see a situation like the Man City situation. You see what I'm saying? Where money just really got pumped into the team. Let's see if that'll happen. But an estimate of 15,000 fans gathered at St. James's Park on Thursday night to celebrate. Human rights organizations fiercely criticized the league's decision to approve the buyout of Mike Ashley. It's all about money, man. Why do you think they approve it? It's all about money. The league said a consortium led by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund and also including the businesswoman Amanda Stavely and billionaire property developers Simon and David Rubin had provided legally binding assurances that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia will not control Newcastle United. That's why that guy, what is he, a sheik? That is why he's on every picture, right? Yeah. He looks evil to me, though. If you just take a look at him, he looks kind of evil, you know what I'm saying? He definitely looks evil. Let me get a picture of him right now. Let me get a picture of him. Newcastle takeover. We need a picture of this guy so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. This guy looks he looks like a villain. You know those type of villains in the movies that you never see until like very, very late in the movie? You see what I'm saying? Him. That type of villain. So let me get a picture here of this guy to share with you really quick and you'll understand what I'm saying. Like that type of villain? Yeah. All right, let's go here. So this guy right here, Jesus, man. This guy looks scary. This guy looks scary as F. Big up to the boy Strasbourg Steve, man. Thank you very much. I'm so happy that I knew that we'd get a takeover eventually. And Steve is a big Newcastle United fans. of all the clubs that Steve really like and follow, I think Newcastle is up there. Right, Steve? I think Newcastle is up there, man. So thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate that, man. It goes a long way towards improving things around these parts. And do appreciate that. Do appreciate the support. Thank you for continuing to be a member of the channel. So, yeah, this guy, man. This guy, oh, man. This guy looks very, very scary, man. Like, you know, the beard. I know I got beard too, but, you know, I could be a little scary sometimes. But still. So, yeah, man. Yeah. We're not going to get too deep into the conspiracies. But let's just get back to the article. I just wanted to share that guy's face with y'all. So, yeah. Let's go. Stavely faced the media to outline the owner's ambitions and offered no guarantees over the future of Steve Bruce. The manager is expected to be sacked, with Antonio Conte understood to be the top target to replace him. The Italian, who led Chelsea to the title in 2017, is out of work after leading Internazionale to a title. Okay, he has also won Serie A with Inter and Juventus. Amanda Stavely celebrates the takeover and has become a Newcastle director. Stavely said, "Our ambition is aligned with the fans to create a consistently successful team that's regularly competing for major trophies and generates pride across the globe." She was forthright when asked whether the Premier League title was the long-term aim, telling Sky Sports News, "Absolutely. Newcastle United is the best team in the world. We want to see it get those trophies, obviously, at the top of the Premier League in Europe, but to get trophies means patient investment and time." Newcastle have not won a major trophy since 1969, and the priority is to pull the team out of the relegation zone, starting at home to Tottenham a week on Sunday. Stavely declined to confirm Bruce would be in the dugout, but said, "We're very supportive of Steve and we've spoken to him." After a difficult 2 years in charge, Bruce seemed resigned to his fate, telling the Telegraph, "New owners normally want a new manager. I've been around long enough to understand that. That decision is not up to me. I accept that and I will accept what comes my way. I have to wait to have those conversations with people when the time is right." Stavely and Jamie Rubin, the son of David Rubin, have been confirmed as directors, and Yasser Al-Rumayyan, the governor of the Public Investment Fund, will be the non-executive chairman. Hoo-hoo, I thought Saudi Arabia is not in charge, huh? That's who's in charge. That is who's in charge. You see like how you have you see like how you have Khaldoon for City? Yeah, that's that guy right there. He is the only Saudi presence on the board, even though PIF, the country's sovereign wealth fund overseen by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, I think that's Mohammed bin Salman, that guy that I just showed you in the picture, owns 80% of the club. Trust me, they're the owners. The remaining 20% is split between RB Sports and Media, part of Reuben Brothers Empire, and PCP Capital Partners, led by Stavely and her husband, the British-Iranian financier Mejrad Gourousi. All right, so look, this goes on forever, and you know, we are actually gonna finish it. Okay, we're gonna finish it. Rumayyan said, "We are extremely proud to become the new owners of Newcastle United, one of the most famous clubs in English football. We thank the Newcastle fans for their tremendously loyal support over the years, and we are excited to work together with them." That's my Saudi accent in English, guys, by the way. Trying to make it fun, you know? A new training ground and enhanced academy are expected to be among the early priorities, and hundreds of millions of pounds in line to be invested in wider community and regional regeneration projects in the Northeast. If many Newcastle fans are conflicted about the club having fallen into Saudi hands, Ashley's departure saw thousands crack open the stashes of alcohol stockpiled in readiness for a long-dreamed celebration marking Newcastle's sale. There was a strong backlash from human rights groups, with Amnesty's UK Chief Executive Sasha Deshmukh saying the deal represented a clear attempt by the Saudi authorities to sport wash their appalling human rights record with the glamour of top-flight football. Stavely defended her Saudi ally, saying PIF was an autonomous, commercially driven investment fund and a great partner for Newcastle. She said, anybody that has any issues, they know we're here and they need to come to talk to us. The keys of St. James's Park were handed to the owners, capable of transforming Newcastle into one of the world's wealthiest clubs after Saudi Arabia lifted its ban on the Qatar-based BN Sports. This allows Premier League, UEFA, and FIFA matches to be broadcasted legally again, and the Gulf Kingdom has also promised to close pirate websites operating in the country. Oh man, RIP to the free streams. But yeah, let me just finish this off. The Saudi Commerce Minister and Acting Media Minister Majid bin Abdullah Al Kasabi is understood to have played a key role in brokering the takeover. Once the Premier League was satisfied, the Saudi state would not be involved in the day-to-day running of Newcastle. The consortium passed its owners and directors tests. All parties are pleased to have concluded this process, the league said. All right, so I think that covers all bases in terms of Newcastle United, guys. I think I really went in with this article. I changed up my voice a few times as well. And, you know, I tried to make it as fun and less painstaking as possible. Nicholas Bauer said, Dominic for Saudi diplomat, right? I know, right? So we're 47 minutes in. We've covered the Newcastle takeover, and we've talked about Conmebol, CAF. I have some articles from UEFA to touch on. I'll run through those really quick, and then we'll get into the results and the predictions that's coming up for the games tomorrow and Monday. I'm doing the Monday games as well today because I don't see any time for me to do it tomorrow. I have a watch-along for the Nations League final tomorrow. I haven't done a watch-along in a while, so I'll do the watch-along, wrap that up, and then I'll chill for the rest of the day just watching the Conmebol and the CONCACAF matches. And then I'll come back on Monday to discuss those games, to discuss, you know, Nations League and a few other news items as well, and to predict the games that's coming up on Tuesday. And then I'll be live on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as well. So live stream for 2 straight weeks on Dominic Rich FC. So thanks to everybody who's been supporting the thing. You see what I'm saying? And we have 87 votes in a poll. Majority of people still saying no to the World Cup every 2 years. So thanks to everybody who voted. And I was actually planning on doing a fun activity, rebuilding Newcastle United, but I figured out it will take too much time, man. So we won't be doing that today at all. Definitely won't. So, yeah. So I have an update. I have an update on some of the teams eliminated already from World Cup qualifiers, and I'm going to share that with you right now, okay? So, look, won't be bringing that one up on the screen, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just head on over to the FIFA website and to just represent, you know, the whole thing. So, bam, we're going to go over to the FIFA website here, go to overview, and, you could see the overview there, right there. FIFA World, I hate this drop-down bullshit, man. This website is like so annoying. It is so annoying. You don't even understand. But the World Cup will be held from November 21st to December 17th. And it starts in 407 days, 8 hours and 38 minutes. And Hublot will be the official timekeeper for the 2022 World Cup. Maybe one of these days I could own a Hublot watch, you know what I mean? That would actually be nice. That'd be nice. So in terms of teams eliminated, guys, Sudan have now been eliminated today. They came through the playoffs, beat Chad, but they lost to Morocco, lost to Guinea-Bissau, draw with Guinea, and they drew with Guinea again. But because Morocco has been so prolific, it means that they won't be able to top their group. I will talk about the Sudan game pretty soon. Lithuania are out. Lithuania are officially knocked out. They have lost to Switzerland, Italy, Northern Ireland, Bulgaria. They lost to Italy and picked up a shock win against Bulgaria. Was that today? Yeah, I think that was today. Yeah, can't remember things. There's so much to remember. The Republic of Ireland are also knocked out despite their 3-0 win against Azerbaijan today. They had Serbia and Portugal to contest with, but Serbia, and Portugal have, really stretched their distance and are in the running for the top 2 spots. So the Republic of Ireland are out. Azerbaijan are also out. Pretty sure they're out. I think I am. I'll touch on the other countries that are out, but this is just the updated countries that have been knocked out, so I don't want to confuse myself too much. Georgia are also out with their loss to Greece today, a 2-0 loss. Greece left it late, but still they came out with the win. Kosovo are also knocked out with a 3-0 loss to Sweden. So hard luck, Kosovo. Try again next time. Moldova, with their loss to the Faroe Islands today, are also knocked out with, Scotland beating Israel and doing the damn thing. And Denmark showed to top that group and qualify directly. Faroe Islands are out as well, even though, they've picked up a win over Moldova recently. They out. They're out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, 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 Faroe Islands. Football fair, I'm sorry, bro. Andorra are out with their 5-0 loss to England. Kazakhstan are out. They lost 2-0 to Bosnia. I was watching that game this morning. And those are the new countries that have been knocked out of World Cup qualifiers. So, guys, there's 121 teams left. 121 teams left for 32 spots. Well, only 31 spots. All right? So, the race is really, heating up right about now. Just picture 121 countries running towards the finish line. And the first 31 to get there actually make the cut. So, the countries that have been eliminated so far, I'm going to go through the list. And it's a long list, but just listen out to hear if your country is on this list. From the AFC, Brunei, Macau, Laos, Timor-Leste, Pakistan, Bhutan, Guam, Taiwan, Bangladesh, Mongolia, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, India, Cambodia, Hong Kong, North Korea, Turkmenistan, Maldives, Nepal, Palestine, Singapore, Yemen, Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, Myanmar, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Bahrain, Jordan, and Uzbekistan has been eliminated. From Africa, Lesotho, Somalia, Eritrea, Burundi, Eswatini, Botswana, Gambia, Sierra Leone, Mauritius, Sao Tome and Principe, South Sudan, Comoros, Chad, and Seychelles have all been eliminated. And Sudan becomes the first team to be officially eliminated from the current round. So in terms of CONCACAF, Cuba, Dominica, Cayman Islands, Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, British Virgin Islands, Anguilla, Aruba, U.S. Virgin Islands, Grenada, Guyana, Puerto Rico, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where I'm from, Bermuda, Belize, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, Nicaragua, Montserrat, Guatemala, Suriname, Dominican Republic, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Haiti, and Curacao, who I saw was actually playing against New Zealand today. I think they lost that game 2-1 if I'm not mistaken. They're all eliminated. In UEFA, Azerbaijan, San Marino, Latvia, Cyprus, Malta, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, the Republic of Ireland, Kosovo, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Faroe Islands, Andorra, and Moldova is also eliminated. So, yeah. That's it. And with that being said, I like to just, take the time to thank Pete Von Pete for that article. Thank you very much. So, yeah. What are you guys saying in the chat right now? Talk to me. Talk to me, man. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me. Nicholas Bauer, let me see. Alistair Jeff in World Cup. Iran almost made it with 4 points. His new team is even stronger than the previous World Cups. All right. So, yeah. Big up to everybody still around here, man. Thriller says, oh, I heard my motherland. We have been eliminated. Yeah, man. If you heard your motherland, I feel bad for you guys, you know. All right. With that being said, we need 8 more thumbs up to reach 50. You see the thing? I can't believe 102 people came in, voted in the poll, and we only have 42 likes on the video. That's the thing I don't get with it. You know what I mean? Just come in, like up the video. You know what? I should actually put up a poll to say, have you liked the video yet? And see if that will help get the likes up. Maybe I'll do that. Let me see. Let me see if that'll work. Let me end this poll. This poll has been decided. This poll have been decided. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put up another poll. I need to get you guys liking more, man. You know? Likes are very important. Very, very important. It doesn't offer validation. It's just important. It's an indication, you know what I'm saying? Sends the positive message to YouTube. Dom, who's going to win the Nations League? I'll get to the Nations League pretty soon. We are an hour in, and we are winding down now. Let's go. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty, the matches, pretty soon, and we're going to move on over to the UEFA Confederation in terms of some news. Nothing crazy, just, gathered a few things for you guys to, you know what I mean? Just to share a few things with you guys. You see what I'm saying? So, let's go. Lucas Fabianski has retired from international football, and that was actually like his testimonial game of some sort. And you can see Fabianski there. I don't want to play this too long, but you see how much he's crying there. Poland went on to smash San Marino 5-0, and that was Fabianski's last appearance for the Polish international team. And the crazy thing about Fabianski, right? The crazy thing about the Fabianski the Fabianski's retirement, guys, is that Fabianski left and a new player was actually subbed on to make his debut. And it's very poetic, man. Very, very poetic. And I'll let you know the player's name in a second. Let me just get that information for you right now. Fabianski was subbed off in the 57th minute, and Radoslav Majecki was subbed in to make his international debut. And you could see, Szczesny on the bench actually clapping. and just congratulating Fabianski for a very, very good career. Fabianski's been around since 2006, for the Polish national team, and he's up there in age. Poland really produced a lot of quality goalkeepers over the years, and Fabianski has definitely been one of them. He's currently 36 years old, and I think it's the right thing he has done to call it a day, allow someone fresh to come through and do their thing. So in terms of Poland, who I'll get to pretty soon, they smashed up San Marino 5-0, and they're in the running for that second place in the group, but they are behind Albania. This group is heating up, man. 3 more games to go. Poland and Albania are in the race for that playoff spot. England should go on to top the group barring a catastrophic meltdown, but all the best to Lukasz Fabianski during his international retirement. All right, so have something fresh to share with you as well, and that's also on another very, very prominent team, man. The Danish national team. Big up to Denmark. Denmark have gone on. Let me make sure I'm getting the record absolutely correct. 7 matches played, 7 wins, 26 goals scored, none conceded, 21 points. They are not yet qualified because there's 3 more games to be played, and let's say they lose the remaining 3 and Scotland win all 3 of theirs, it means Scotland would top the group, right? So Israel could no longer catch Denmark, so Scotland are the only team that stand in the way of Denmark qualifying for the World Cup mathematically as soon as possible. So you got to give it to the Danish national team, man. They have been absolutely phenomenal under Kasper Hjulmand. The team has so much depth, and after what happened at the Euros, I think they have bounced back very, 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 very well. So I have something else to actually share with you guys, and I don't want to actually play it, but it's a fun incident. I actually want to share more fun things and make the stream very enjoyable. But Jamal Lewis got sent off in a 36-minute here for the Northern Ireland in their loss against Switzerland. I think that was a 2-0 loss or something like that. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll get to that scoreline. But Jamal Lewis was taking a throw-in, and he started around 35-47 here. And just take a look at the clock, right? Just take a look at the clock. 35-51. He's still lingering. The referee is standing there watching and waiting. It's gone into 36. He's still waiting. And then he's like, whoa, what? What? Like, whoa. And he gets a second yellow. This referee ain't played no games. The referee went in and got the red card and said, get off my field, you time waster. Get off, you time waster. Like you think I'm playing here? Get off my field. Get off. You're not wanted here. Get off the field. Okay? Chris, your thoughts on Morocco's match today against Guinea-Bissau? I haven't got there yet, bro. I'll get there soon. We ain't got there yet. I didn't watch the game, by the way, though. But Morocco has been ripping up the group, though, if that's what you want to know. Morocco was always the favorites to qualify to the next round from that group. So they ain't nothing, surprising about the fact that they have been doing well. This is Morocco we're talking about. You see what I'm saying? This is Morocco. Okay? This is Morocco. This ain't Sudan. Anyways. Oh man. So I have a few more things to actually share with y'all. But let me just gather some things and get rid of some things first. And then, yeah, we touched on the whole Newcastle United situation already. We took some time there to touch on that. And I have some news. I have some news in terms of the Nations League. I have some news on the Nations League here. And that's on Adrian Rabiot. Adrian Rabiot. So, you know, I have an article here to share with y'all. Let me just bring that over there. And let's go there. And we won't be actually, you know, but there was a picture of Adrian Rabiot right there you guys could see. So Adrian Rabiot will be out of the Nations League clash tomorrow against Spain as he has tested positive for COVID-19. So sorry to hear that, Adrian Rabiot. You know, that was a big game. And yeah, one more will miss another game to the COVID-19 virus. It's still out there, guys. It's still out there. And someone just was asking me about the UEFA Nations League. That was Steve. I will get to the UEFA Nations League pretty soon. But one thing that we know is that Adrian Rabiot will not be featuring in the game. Okay? So, look. I have another thing to share with you guys before I do move on, right? And this one is in, you know, Georgian. This is from Georgia, the country Georgia, right? And let me get this translated here. I'll let you guys know what's going on exactly. Georgia did lose to Greece late, but Georgia did ask UEFA for a postponement due to mourning. The request from FIFA was not accepted. Well, there was a building. There was a building that collapsed, and we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this right now. This is a cool article. It's sad, but still, you could tell that UEFA means business, and they don't want to hold sentiments here. Like, they don't want to be like, yeah, so if we postpone this game because of the death of these people, when will the game be played? You see what I'm saying? So, as you could see here, clearing of rubble. The Federation of Georgia sent a letter to UEFA and FIFA requesting the postponement of the match with Greece due to the collapse of the building in Batumi that cost the lives of 8 people, but the request was not accepted. With Black Armband, the host, a minute of silence will be observed. So that game was played already. Greece won the game 2-0. And the article continues to say the match between national team Greece and Georgia will be held without spectators in Batumi for security reasons after the collapse of an apartment building in the area Friday, the 8th of October. Gotta take my time. I forget the date sometimes. It is recalled that the traffic event that caused the lives of 8 people happened near the hotel where our representative complex resides. Recorded video of how the building collapsed in Batumi. So we're gonna get a look at this. We're gonna get a look at this right now. You know what I'm saying? You guys can't say, yo, Dom, you haven't shared good things with us. You know what I'm saying? You haven't hooked us up and keep us informed here on the channel, you know? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is what happened. You see the building is like, you see, whoa. So you're telling me a man is just there chilling by his car and all that is happening and he's not moving? What the hell? This guy took like forever. This old man was probably on his phone or something. I don't know what he was doing there, but take a look at this. You could see the building start collapsing already, you know. This is crazy. Wow. Look at the old man just chilling. Let's go again. And look at this. And he realizes like late. Look at how late he reacts. Whoa! Movie stuff, man. Jesus Christ. Wow. Wow. This is the first time I'm seeing this video, by the way, too, guys. This is crazy. The officials of the Federation in a letter to UEFA and FIFA requested a postponement of the match with the blue and white team. Well, that's Greece. However, the competent authorities responded negatively to the request. There will be a minute's silence and the home players will play with black armbands. At the same time, the announcement of the federation states that the match will be held permanently without the presence of spectators for security reasons, and those who bought a ticket will be compensated. All right, so we won't be getting deeper into that article there. Guys, let me know what you think about that. I think that was actually really cool, though. You know what I'm saying? I think it was actually very, very cool. So, yeah. So, we're going to keep it moving. Definitely going to keep it moving as well. We have a few more things to touch on. And we're going to get into these things very, 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 very soon. But I have to actually, locate these little articles I want to share with you guys as well. So, okay. Got something here to share with y'all. Let us go. Let me see. I think I had something on my Twitter to share with you as well. Another thing on my Twitter, but I didn't see that it actually was shared though. But Croatia, the Croatian national team has gone 600 minutes without conceding a goal in World Cup qualifiers. So that's pretty awesome stuff by the Croatian national team. I think I did tweet out something like that, but I guess the tweet, it didn't go through. Really didn't go through. But what we could do really quick, we could take a look at the standings to just verify that, because I was like, really? I didn't even realize that Croatia was actually, have actually gone that long without conceding a goal. So let's get down to Croatia's group, which is Group H. And you could see there on top of the group, they have actually scored 11 and only conceded 1 goal. So let's just go and see when Croatia conceded this goal here. They actually conceded the goal in the loss to Slovenia, and against Cyprus they didn't concede. And you go down at the other fixtures. Against Malta they didn't concede. Russia failed to concede. Slovakia in that 1-0 win didn't concede. Beat Slovenia 3-0. Beat Cyprus 3-0. And the Croatian national team is flying high. So who do you guys think would actually be coming through from Group H directly to the World Cup? Would it be Croatia or Russia? It's very, very, very tight. Both teams have 3 games left. And to make matters worse, they play each other. Let's take a quick look. We will get back to this group, but while we're on this little article, let's take a quick look of who the teams play. Slovenia versus Russia. That'll be a little difficult. Croatia plays Slovakia at home, so their difficult game, they will be hosting. And we know how good Croatia is on home soil. The game against Malta should be a routine win in November. And Russia against Cyprus should also be a routine win for Russia. But the games that are left in October, it's iffy. I think Russia could possibly drop points here against Slovenia, but Croatia should do the business against Slovakia at home, which could give them an edge. But it doesn't matter what they do, because if we go to the November games, Croatia should beat Malta. And as I mentioned, Russia should beat Cyprus. But then we scroll down and the final game is between Russia and Croatia. This game right here may end up deciding who goes to the World Cup directly and who goes through to the playoffs. I actually went for Russia because Croatia likes to do things the hard way. But let us see. Let us see. You see what I'm saying? Let us actually see if Croatia would do what they did in 2002 and qualify for the World Cup directly. So, all the best to Croatia. With that being said, I do have an article to touch on. It's about an incident that happened in the game between, I think that was Netherlands and Latvia, I think, played there. And there was a situation with Cody Gakpo. We're going to get into that right now. And there has also been an announcement to the squad on the replacement of the player. So remember, this is World Cup Qualifiers Daily, where I talk all things World Cup Qualifiers, as many articles as possible. and also talk matches and predictions. But I saved the matches for the back end of the stream, and we've only been live for our 14 minutes. So thank you very much for everybody who's just stuck around to just find out what's going on, because I'm pretty sure most of you guys are like not aware of all these things. So the KNVB has alerted UEFA to the situation in which Cody Gakpo suffered a concussion against Latvia. In connection with that injury, England referee Andrew Madley has acted in violation of UEFA's protocol for head injuries. Although Gakpo took a hefty beach, Madley saw no reason to allow grooming in the field. Well, attention on the field. Yeah, gotta be an English referee, right? Gotta be an English referee doing some sorts of nonsense. UEFA's protocol prescribes that extra care must be taken in the case of head injuries. Let me take a sip of my water here. My throat's drying out. And if you guys see the Telegraph here, Dutch outlet, there's a lot of news articles down at the side here where we could check out a few as well. Because you see Cristiano Ronaldo sets another football record. John Van Schip, who is a Dutchman, remains in the race for World Cup with the Greeks. And you could see video, fourth man stops raid for remarkable reasons. You are completely crazy. And we have Romelu Lukaku also drops out of the consolation final. So Lukaku, who is suffering from some injury problems, along with Eden Hazard, have dropped out of the Nations League third place match against the Italians. And that's why I predicted Italy to win, because I know Belgium won't take it that serious. KNVP draws attention to UEFA situation with Gakpo. That's what we're reading right now. Aaron Zahavi, brilliant free kick. We're going to touch on that. And Arnaud Danjuma Grunewald have been called up for Cody Gakpo. So that's what's basically going on here. I'm not going to go through this entire article. Definitely won't be doing that to me, nor you. Won't be doing that. Also, since we're on the whole Dutch thing, Noah Lang of Club Brugge made his debut in that game, that 1-0 win against Latvia, and he looked really bright. He's one of the brightest prospects coming through the Dutch national team. He's been linked with a move to Arsenal amongst other clubs, and let's see where he ends up, because he looks bright, man. He definitely looks bright. So you gotta give it to Noah Lang. I like to see new players fresh on the scene, and he was formerly of Ajax as well, so definitely came through a good system there. So look, we're gonna keep it moving, and something that I actually want to share with you, I ran into this, and it's from a site I actually actively use as well, and it's about meetings between Israel and Scotland, right? Let me share this with you, and you guys will be like, what the hell? So look, Israel and Scotland, right? These are the meetings. These are the total meetings between both teams. And the recent edition of that rivalry was played today, where Scotland picked up a late 3-2 win. They first met each other in 1981. A win for Scotland there, 1981 again, World Cup. I think this was actually a playoff. This may have been a playoff, This have been a World Cup playoff of some sort. Let me click on this and see. It's, it's not telling me what it is, but it was actually, wait, FIFA World, nah, this is not, it was some type of playoff game. Some type of playoff game, but we're not going to get too deep into that right now. That's not important. What's important is that these teams played 3 times in the 1980s, and they have recently met each other 7 times between 2018 and 2021, which is crazy. They've met in the Nations League. You can see Nations League 4 times, and I think this is UEFA European Championship. Maybe I think that may have been a playoff of some sort, if I'm not mistaken. And we have the World Cup in the group as well, where Scotland have been really good against Israel. We are going to get into this game pretty soon. So, yeah. One thing we have to touch on before we do move on here, I think that's about it in terms of UEFA. Also, there's, the fact that Germany's Hansi Flick has also kept a perfect record since he's been appointed. So big up to the boy Flick. He came in and with the flick of a wrist, he's qualifying Germany to the 2022 FIFA World Cup. So one thing we got to touch on before we get into the matches, guys. I know you guys want to get into the games, and we're going to get into the games in just a second. All right, just a second. Let's go back to the UEFA website, and we're going to touch on this thing really quick before we move on, man. Tomorrow, early in the morning, Italy will face Belgium. Well, it's the morning for me in the third place of this edition, the second edition of the UEFA Nations League. And then the big one, Spain will play France later in the evening, where I will be doing a watch-along. So make sure you join me for my watch-along, guys. And we're going to have some fun. I have to remember to buy a 6-pack of Corona, Heineken, or what. I think I'm going to buy Heineken. I don't want to mess with that Corona, though. I might buy some Yingling or something like that. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to enjoy the hell out of the Nations League final. And we're going to call it a day in terms of football content tomorrow. See what I'm saying? Because I've been on the grind. I've been on the grind since Sunday, okay? So, yeah. With that being said, guys, let's get into the nitty gritty. And which ones should we start with first, guys? So for the people in here right now, should we start with the African results? Because we only have results from Africa and we have results from UEFA as well. And then we have predictions. I think we should... Oh, Guinness. Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of Guinness, though. Maybe I'll buy a 6-pack of Guinness. Let's do Africa. Let us do Africa. Let's go to the FIFA website and let's do Africa, man. Because we gotta just touch on Africa. I did watch all the highlights. Didn't watch many games today in terms of Africa, but I made sure I went and watched the highlights of every single game to make sure I saw the goals and the big incidents that went on in each and every match. So we are currently on CAF. We're in round 2. And some of the groups are shaping up nicely. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be discussing how the groups are shaping up as well. And before we move on to the UEFA segment or the other segments, I will just, as a matter of fact, I'll wait until I get to the prediction segment before I predict anything. So, yeah. Or maybe I should just predict Africa and call it a day, right? Yeah, I think I should. So, look, we are currently in the Saturday games, right? We did touch on the Friday games already. We don't need to talk about those. We need to talk about these games. It's not a lot of games, and we could run through these games really fast. Well, I don't mean like just run through and neglect the games, but you understand what I mean. So we're going to go through each and every one of these fixtures and talk about what the team and how the team looks in their respective groups. Guys, if you haven't yet, smash the thumbs up button, make sure you do so. For those in here who dislike the video, if you're still in here, just change that dislike to a thumbs up, man. It doesn't make sense you dislike the video. You know what I mean? Hating never pays. Never ever pays to be a hater. You see what I'm saying? So get rid of that. Stop messing around with the movement. Putting blemishes on the thing. So, look, we're going to start with Group G. We're going to start with Group G. Let me make sure I get the Group G games right there. All right, Ethiopia, South Africa, and Ghana, Zimbabwe. Both 3-1 score lines. All right, let's get into those games. So, the game between Ghana and Zimbabwe ended in a 3-1 win for Ghana. What was my prediction for that one? Let me get my prediction. And I predicted a 2-1 win for Ghana. So not bad, not bad. In this game, Mohamed Kudus scored in the 5th minute. Thomas Partey, well, Mohamed Kudus in the 5th minute. Knowledge Musuna put away a penalty in the 49th minute for Zimbabwe to put them back on level terms. But then Thomas Partey, who I think came off the bench, the Arsenal man, came on and scored a really good individual goal. Well, actually, he didn't come off the bench. I think I heard wrong. Thomas Partey actually started the game. But I think some substitutions were made around that same time. And yeah, maybe that's what the commentator was saying. But Thomas Partey did start the game. And that was a good goal, 66th minute. And then Andrew Ayew, one of the survivors from the 2010 World Cup, smashed in a header in the 87th minute to give Ghana a resounding 3-1 win. So with that win, they are still second in the group after losing their match against South Africa. They're on 6 points. South Africa, who keeps, the momentum going by defeating Ethiopia 3-1, are on top the table. So South Africa, the only unbeaten team in the group with 2 wins and a draw. And Bafana are looking good. And the second leg between themselves and Ghana that will be played in November will be the deciding match to see who moves on to the 3rd and final round of African World Cup qualifiers. So with that being said, the game between South Africa and Ethiopia ended 3-1 in favor of South Africa. It was a road game for them. In this game, Teboho Mokoena scored in the 46th minute. And when I see this name Mokoena, guys, it brings back a lot of memories, you know what I mean? Because, guys, I actually, I used to play cricket. I don't play anymore. I'm probably retired. But I did play at a cricket World Cup in the past, a youth World Cup. And I played against South Africa before, and there was a guy on the South African team by the name Grant Mokoena. And I was asking the South African players to exchange a cap or something. And they were like, I'm not exchanging no cap with nobody from the USA. Like, your team sucks. And Mokoena actually hooked me up with his cap. I think I have that South African cap somewhere around the place. So big up to my boy Grant Mokoena. He never really went on to be a big player or nothing. But still, that name just brings back a lot of really good memories for me there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yeah, so, what happened here? What is this thing? I have no idea what happened there, guys. I have no idea why that thing just did that. But anyways, that's the glitch. Oh, man, the Matrix is glitching hard. So, yeah. So we're going to keep the ball rolling. I'm touching on the Ethiopia-South Africa game right now. So, Motobi Mvala after Mokoena scored, Getane Kebede, Betel Kebede's distant cousin. That guy got to be a cousin, bro. He scored a wicked free kick in the 67th minute, but Ethiopia, so filled with joy and elation, did not really calm themselves down enough to just go back into defensive shape and to maybe walk away with a point here. Because Motobi Mvala scored in the 71st minute, and then Evidence Mac Gopa in the 91st. Evidence, huh? What a name. What a name, man. Mr. Evidence. Resounding 3-1 victory for South Africa, who hosted the 2010 World Cup. So they haven't been back to the World Cup since then, and they remain the only World Cup hosts to get knocked out in the group stages, if I'm not mistaken. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the next group, and that's Group H, where Togo played Congo and Senegal played against Namibia. So we don't have a lot of African games to go through, but we will touch on the groups pretty soon. And we will do more of that when I get to the predictions aspect of things. but I want to actually get the information covered because yesterday I had to rush through. Yesterday was a marathon live stream, and I'm not happy that I had to rush through the end. I even forgot to give predictions for the games between England and Andorra and the Poland and San Marino match and the Hungary Albania game. I didn't give predictions for those, and I'm like, God, I hate to leave things incomplete though, but it is what it is, man. I'm not perfect. You see what I'm saying? I'm not perfect at all. So Togo won, Congo won. I actually predicted Congo to win this game though, you know what I'm saying? And from the highlights, I think Togo deserved to win this game. The Congo goalkeeper was quite busy on the day and very, very lucky not to lose. And in this game, Alexis Romao scored an own goal in the 20th minute. Quite unfortunate own goal scored by the Togo defender. And then Togo, they really started peppering Congo's goalkeeper. And then Mr. Iloge Plaka scored in the 56th minute. And then Fernand Mayembo was sent off in the 95th minute of the game because of some little argument there over some decision with the referee. So I think a penalty was given or something, and then it was overturned or something like that. And there's no VAR, and he consulted with the official, the linesman, and they said no, it wasn't. And something fishy went on in that game, and Fernand Mayembo got sent off. The game finished in a 1-1 draw. Togo picked up their first points. Congo, their second point. Both lie fourth and third in the group behind Namibia and Senegal. With that being said, Senegal completely smashed Namibia 4-1 with Idrissa Gueye scoring in the 10th minute. Scrappy goal, but Gueye continues his fine goal scoring form this season, and he celebrated with that Mbappe celebration as well. Famara Zizou headed in from close range, ended up in the back of the net as well. That was a flying header in the 38th minute. Sadio Mane with a really cheeky goal nutmegged a few players on his way to score in the 55th. He should have scored a couple in the game, maybe a hat-trick, but his luck wasn't, going for him. And Jocelyn Kamatuka did pull one back for Namibia. And then Keita Balde Diao tapped one in at the far post in the 84th minute. When you really look at this Senegalese team, guys, this team is stacked up. And when I say stacked up, I mean stacked up. You have Mane, Koulibaly, Abdou Diallo, Edward Mendy, Cheikhou Kouyaté, Mendy, Nampalys Mendy of who was up at Leicester City. I think he moved on, playing in Turkey somewhere. Crepin Diatta, Keita Balde. You see what I'm saying? Oh my God. Oh, Ismail Assar. Bamba Dieng. Look, I'm telling you, this Idrissa Gueye, this team, doing the damn thing, man. Doing the damn thing. And Bamba Dieng is that player from Olympique Marseille who just burst on the scene this season and getting his, getting his flowers very early. He's been on fire in Ligue 1. I'm telling you. And he has fired himself into the Senegal national team as well. And there's a few other players who's, of course, missing as well. I think Pape Mate Sarr as well. Fine young player that Tottenham picked up. I didn't see him around the setup. But, yeah, quality team there, Senegal. And I think they will qualify directly for the World Cup. So, but it's left to be seen, though. It's left to be seen. So they're on top of the group right about now. And they have 9 points in 3 matches. So with the fact that they have 9 points in 3 matches, there's 3 games left. Togo could still get a maximum of 10 points. Congo could still get a maximum of 11. So they're not truly out yet. And Namibia could still get 13 points. So Senegal would have to wait and see the results of the other fixtures in this group. So we have one more group left, and that's Group I, where Guinea-Bissau faced Morocco, and Guinea played against Sudan. So we're going to get into those ones right now. Oh, man, I'm telling you, my prediction was pretty solid for this one as well. I predicted Guinea and Sudan to draw again 1-1, and I predicted Morocco to beat Guinea-Bissau 4-0. How did the games end? Guinea 2, Sudan 2, Morocco 3, Guinea-Bissau 0. So good predictions. Let's talk about Guinea versus Sudan first. Jose Kante scored a good goal there in the 48th minute. And then Ahmed Hamed Mahmoud in the 64th to equalize. But Mohamed Bayo on a breakaway ran around and was 1v1 with the keeper. Scored his second goal in as many games and put Guinea 2-1 up. Naby Keita actually started as a captain in this game. But then Amir Kamal came back to, score in the 88th minute. And I think that guy that actually scored in the last game was involved again. Can't remember his name, but he was quite involved. I get his name for you. He was big, man. He was quite involved. He scored in the last game, and he was involved in the build-up to this goal. But yeah, I'm not going to pretend I know these Sudanese players. Sudan have been knocked out of World Cup qualifiers, by the way, officially. Because after that draw, they picked up 2 draws against Guinea, which are the only 2 points. They have 2 points with 2 games left. So they could only get a maximum of 8 points, while Morocco have already picked up 9. Guinea could still get a maximum of 12 points with 3 matches left. So they are not eliminated yet. And Guinea-Bissau could still pick up 10 points and they are not eliminated yet. But the next time Morocco play, if Morocco win their next game, which would be against Guinea, and that game is actually being played this Tuesday, guys. So the game between Guinea and Morocco that was actually postponed is being played on Tuesday, and they would be the only African teams to play 3 games this month. So because I realized there was an anomaly when I was looking at the games that's coming up, and I was like, oh, whoa, what's going on here? So, yeah, Morocco would play 3 times this month. Guinea would play 3 times this month to make up for that fixture that was postponed by the coup d'etat down in Guinea. So, yeah, this group could be decided this month. If Morocco goes on to win this game, if Morocco go on to win this game like they did against Guinea-Bissau, let's just touch on the Guinea-Bissau-Morocco game, the second fixture of the doubleheader this October. Ayoub El-Kabai, however you say his name, the Casablanca man scored in the 10th minute, then Ayman Bakouk in the 20th, and in the 69th minute, Ayoub El-Kabai again, and that was actually a poacher's type goal. And he has been on absolute fire after his overhead bicycle kick low to the ground in the previous win against Guinea-Bissau. So Morocco on 9 points. If they win the game against Guinea, Morocco will go up to 12 points and will officially win Group I and move on to the next round. So big up to Morocco. They have been on absolute fire, and the manager Vahid Halidhodzic, would receive all the praises despite not even picking guys like Hakim Ziyech and a few other players who have been in a row with the manager. So that'll do it for Africa and the roundup. The roundup in Africa. Let me double check, make sure that does it. Yep, that does it for the roundup in Africa there. And what we're going to be doing, let's take a look at the table. Let's go down and let's take a look at the table real quick, and you guys could see what's going on. Let's take a look at Group G. We will get back to the other groups pretty soon, guys. Just give me a second, bear with me. Let's talk about the relevant groups first so you could see what's going on here. South Africa on top the group, 7 points. Ghana second, 6 points. Ethiopia third with 3 points, and Zimbabwe at the bottom with 1 point. Group H, Senegal top in the group with 9 points. they could actually clinch their qualification to the next round with a win in their next game. So I think their next game is against Namibia, and that's coming up this month as well. So if I'm not, yeah, I think so. So Senegal could clinch this month. Namibia, Congo, Togo would all be knocked out, brushed to the side. And we did touch on this group. Morocco would officially move on to the next round with a win against Guinea. All right? So, yeah. And you know what? While we're here, let's just touch on the other groups really quick, man. You see what I'm saying? It's not much. The African games that's coming up on Monday, it's not many games. So let's just predict these games right now. There's actually 3 groups and 5 games being played. So let's just do that right now and wrap up Africa. I did show Africa a lot of love last night too, you know. I realized, I was like, damn, I was talking about Africa for some time though. You see what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of games. Yeah, there's a lot of games, man. Yeah, there's a lot of games. I think I have to actually wait for the prediction segment to actually go through these. Yeah, I'll wait. So we won't touch on these yet. Let us move on to UEFA, because we do have a big prediction segment where we actually we have to talk about Conmebol, CONCACAF, as well as talk about some Monday games for UEFA as well. So let us go and let us go back to Europe. Let's go back to Europe and react to the matches that were played today. Big up to everybody in here, man. Appreciate you guys who are still around. MVP Kev, how are you doing, man? Senegal are qualifying for sure. Well, everything is not, set in stone, you know what I mean? Raju, did Denmark qualify? Not yet. Thriller parted and broke the defender's ankle before slotting in the goal. Yeah, he did really good in the build-up there to that goal. So, how are we doing in terms of thumbs up for the live stream? We got 64 thumbs up. I think that poll is actually helping, though. I think that poll has helped. We had 56 votes in the poll. We have a couple people that says no, they didn't like the vid. So, from that indication, I think some people just decide they're not liking the vid at all. Like, I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it at all. All right? So, let's talk UEFA. And then we're going to get into CONCACAF. We're going to get into Conmebol a bit. So, let's just recap the results of the day. We had games from Group E. No, not from Group E. I'm on the prediction side. Let me just scroll back here for my notes. Group B, C, D, F, and I. And a game between Portugal and Qatar. Let's talk about those games really quick. Let's make it happen, because by the time the time has slipped away from us. So let's talk here. We have Group A, B, C, D, F, and I. I think I didn't even set Group A. So in Group A right now, you could see the standings. Portugal with Serbia with 6 games played on top the group with 14 points. Serbia, looking good there with that win. Picked up that win against Luxembourg. We will get to that match pretty soon. And then Portugal, they didn't play. They played against Qatar in that warm-up fixture, a friendly. They're on 13 points with a game in hand. Luxembourg, you really could say, with 3 matches left to be played, they could get a maximum of 15 points still. So they're not out yet. Mathematically, they are not out. But the Republic of Ireland, who could only get a maximum of 11 points, they're gone. 2 matches left to be played. The Republic of Ireland and Azerbaijan have been eliminated from this group. So, yeah, hard luck. It's taking shape, guys. Definitely taking shape in Europe and even in Africa. it's gonna take some time to take shape in CONCACAF, but you know, even over in Asia, it's shaping up as well, and we're gonna touch on that. You know, I think tomorrow. We won't be touching on the Asian groups today. So let's just talk about these Group A games and then keep it moving. We don't want to spend crazy long on these fixtures. So Azerbaijan 0, Republic of Ireland 3, Colum Robinson in the 7th, 39th, and Chedozi Ogbeni in the 90th minute to give Ireland a consolation win, to say the least, because they have been knocked out. They needed Luxembourg to do them a favor, but Luxembourg ain't doing nobody any favors, and Ireland and Azerbaijan are both out. So their remaining matches will be dead rubbers. They do have 2 remaining games, and they will be dead rubbers. I'll get into the fixtures pretty soon. So let me just scroll down to the fixtures here so you guys can see the fixtures that I'm actually talking about here. So the game between Azerbaijan and Serbia that's coming up on the 12th, it's a dead rubber game for Azerbaijan, but for Serbia, man, they would want to go out all guns blazing. All guns blazing. When I say all guns, I mean all guns. For the Republic of Ireland, they don't play again until November, where they play Portugal and they play Luxembourg. The game between them and Luxembourg will indeed be a dead rubber. But the one between them and Portugal, it's going to be very important for Portugal and not so much for the Republic of Ireland. Let's see if Ireland are going to put out a strong 11 or they're going to rotate. Portugal may just say, hey, you know what I mean? Thanks for doing us a favor there. So in the other game between Serbia and Luxembourg, the new hot sensation on the scene, Dusan Vlahovic, scored in the 68th minute. Really good goal, man. Really good goal. I'm curious to see where this guy is going to end up playing his football. Like, let's say, either in January transfer window or even next summer, because the numbers that he's racking up is unreal, man. This guy is burst onto the scene like how Luka Jovic burst onto the scene and went to Real Madrid and flopped. You see what I mean? So he would know where not to go. Don't go to Madrid. You know, let's see if Man City goes in for him. Man City needs a striker. Let's see. I don't know. I haven't seen enough of him, though. But that's what's going on in Group A right now. Serbia play Azerbaijan next, and Portugal play Luxembourg. I expect both these teams to win their games and, you know, keep things very tight here. And look, this game is going to be a crucial encounter. Portugal versus Serbia, the 14th of November 2021. It could actually be a final between these two teams to see who takes that direct spot for Qatar 2022. So that's what's going on in Group A of UEFA Qualifiers, and we're going to move on. But before we do, Portugal did beat Qatar 3-0. We scroll all the way down to the bottom here. You'll see that game. And see that game right there. Portugal 3, Qatar 0. In this game, Ronaldo scored in the 37th minute, Jose Font in the 48th, and Andre Silva in the 90th. And from what I was reading on the Dutch website, Ronaldo has another record, but maybe I'll share the record with you on another live stream, just not today. We're going to keep it moving. We have a lot to go through here, a lot to discuss. So we're not going to linger. We're going to move on to Group B, where Spain, who are in the Nations League final, are leading the charge with 13 points. Sweden, 5 games, a game in hand to Spain, 12 points with the remarkable win against Kosovo today. And Greece are keeping the pressure on Sweden with a late win against Georgia, and they are 9 points. Kosovo and Georgia are both out. They could no longer qualify for the World Cup. So it's a 3-horse race in Group B right about now. So in terms of the matches, let's just scroll down to the matches. Scroll down to the games right now. And just let you know who scored in the respective games here. So Sweden did, lose to Greece last time around, and they play Greece next. This is going to be good. If Greece are able to pick up a win against Sweden, they are back. They are back for real in terms of their World Cup qualifying hopes. So let's talk about these two matches here. Greece 2, Georgia 0. And it was a road game. We did touch on this game earlier with the article I shared with the building collapsing in Georgia. And that was scary, right? But in this game, Anastasios Bakashetas with the penalty in the 90th minute, and then Dimitris Pelkas in the 95th. When I said they left it late, they left it really, really late, because it would have been a disastrous result if they had picked up a draw. Really would have been. We scroll back up to the table right now. If they had picked up a draw, they would have been on 7 points, 5 points behind Sweden. And with 3 games to be played, 9, they would have been able to get 16 points still. They would have still been alive, but with Sweden playing next and, they're playing them next, they would have been eliminated with a loss. So, yeah, that game between Sweden and Greece that's coming up next is going to be a very, very interesting fixture. That game will be in Solna at the Friends Arena. And that game is actually tomorrow, right? That game is not tomorrow. That game is in 3 days. That game is on Tuesday. I'm actually surprised my voice have lasted this long, seriously. Really, really surprised. I've been taking care of my voice, though, drinking a lot of water. So, the other game here between Sweden and Kosovo ended in a 3-0 win for Sweden. And in terms of the goal scorers, Emil Forsberg from the penalty spot in the 29th minute. Alexander Isak, a brilliant individual goal, a shot from distance. His teammates swarmed him in celebration because it was that good. And then Robin Quaison, who usually comes off the bench, scored another remarkable goal, really good individual goal in the 79th minute to give the Swedes a resounding win over Kosovo, who is pretty new to international football, came to, prominence during the last decade, and Kosovo, qualified. Kosovo was at the last Euros, right? I think, right? Or was it Macedonia? No, it was Macedonia. It wasn't Kosovo. But, yeah, I can't even, my memory is like shot. My memory is like non-existent, though. I'm telling you. Definitely non-existent. So, yeah, they were definitely not at the Euros. That was not Macedonia I'm thinking about. But Kosovo could be at the Euros in the future for sure, though. Definitely could be. But big win for Sweden. And look, the biggest talking point in this group, man, is this game. Spain versus Sweden. And Greece versus Spain as well. This is a huge game. But they will come after the Sweden versus Greece match. And Sweden do play Georgia. I think Sweden will beat Georgia, but they would have to get past this Greek hurdle. This is the game that could determine whether they qualify directly or not. This game. But what's crazy about this group is that Sweden could still lose to Greece and still be able to compete for that direct spot because of how many games they got in hand. If you take a look at the table again, let's say they lose to Greece. Greece go up to 12 points with 6 games played. Sweden would have 12 points after 6 games played. And Spain would have 13 points, right? And then the game between Spain and Greece would be all important. So let's say that game ends in a draw. Let's just say, hypothetically, Spain and Greece draw. And then Sweden beat Georgia. Sweden would go up to 15 points. And Greece would go up to 13. Spain would go up to 14, right? Let's just say. And that's in event that Greece beats Sweden. So Sweden would be on top the group still with a win over Georgia. You get it? And then the game between Spain and Sweden would still be a decider. it would still be a decider for who gets that direct spot. And also, very importantly, Greece could still poke their head into the situation. So this group is shaping up very, very, very nicely. I gotta put it there because you take a look at the fixtures once again, guys. Kosovo and Georgia, they're already out, right? Sweden, Greece, big game. Sweden, Georgia, big game. Sweden has to win that game. And then the Greece-Spain game. Spain has 2 massive games next month. And when I say massive, I mean they have to win. They got to win both their games. I don't think a win and a draw is going to help Spain at all. That would give them 17 points. That would give them 17 points. They can't afford to drop no points. They cannot afford to drop points. But it's crazy because I know I'm talking about this one for a long time, but just to weigh in some of the permutations here. If both Spain, let's say Sweden win the game against Greece and Sweden win the game against Georgia, Sweden would go up to 18 points. And with the only game left to be played between them and Spain, let's just say that. Let's say Spain beat Greece. Spain would go up to 16 points. No, Spain would go up, let me double check, 17 points? Yes, 16 points with 1 match left to be played, which means all Sweden would need is a draw. All they would need is a draw, which is absolutely sick when you think about it. And where would the game be played? It will be played on Spanish soil. This group is hot, and I'm loving it. So, with that being said, what are you guys saying in the chat about this group here, man? Talk to me. Donovan, Greece need to beat... what flag is that? I don't even know what flag is that, though. EA and SC. What is that? Kosovo and Georgia? I don't even know what that is. So, what else? Ilyas Abs. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? Isaac is a baller. Eritrea. Must be happy for him. Definitely. Definitely. Big up to the boy Steve in the house. How are you doing, Steve? Do appreciate you joining in again. Even though, you know, you could be a bit of a pain in the behind sometimes. So, most times. All the time. But still appreciate you coming through, though. Look, with that being said, we're going to move on, man. We are definitely going to move on. So, this group is shaping up nicely. Another group that's shaping up very, very nicely and will be interesting, you know, because Spain could go into the playoffs and, who knows, miss the World Cup. Group C, Italy on top with 14 points, Switzerland second with 11 points, Northern Ireland third with 5 points. Well, they pretty much out of it, though, when you think about it, because they could, they have 3 more matches left to be played. 3 more games, maximum of 8 games in the group. And Northern Ireland could only get a maximum of 14 points. And look at Ireland. Look at Italy. Italy already have, 14 points? And look at their goal difference. So Northern Ireland are pretty much out of it. Them along with Bulgaria and Lithuania. And Lithuania just pulled off a big win against Bulgaria, because Bulgaria was still in with a shout, but that loss just knocked them out, like that knocked the stuffing out of them completely. They could only get a maximum of 11 points now. Lithuania, they're out of it. They got a big win. They had lost their previous 5 matches and have now picked up their first win. So congratulations to them. Bulgaria was shocked. They were stunned. They were rattled by the Lithuanians on the day. But the interesting thing in this group is between Switzerland and Italy for that top spot. And we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of Group C. But I'm going to make it a little quicker than I did for Group B, though. Group B was a little bit more complicated, if I'm being for real. Lithuania 3, Bulgaria 1. Justas Lasikas in the 18th minute. And then Kirill Despotov equalized in the 64th. But Fedor Chernychech Fedor Chernic actually scored a brace in 2 minutes, one goal in the 82nd and in the 84th to give Lithuania an emphatic victory over Bulgaria. Congratulations to Lithuania, man. You know, when you work, you lose everything, and then you just pop up with a win like that. It's awesome. Must have been a good feeling in the Lithuanian camp there. So for the next game, Switzerland defeated Northern Ireland 2-0. 45th minute goal by Steven Zuba, but it came after the double yellow received by Jamal Lewis, second in the 37th minute for time wasted on a throw. Very weird situation. And then Christian Fasnacht in the 91st minute to give Switzerland a huge win here. Any win is huge. Remember, Switzerland recently changed their manager, and Murat Yakin is now in charge after they parted ways with Vladimir Petkovic. So Murat Yakin's tenure have started out very well, and the Swiss are looking to create a stir in this group. And when I say create a stir, they have a game in hand and they have 11 points, which means if they win their game in hand, they will go up to 14 points, tied in points with Italy. And remember, Switzerland were able to pick up a draw against Italy in their last game. And these are the remaining fixtures in Group C here. These are the fixtures. Lithuania versus Switzerland. And that game is coming up on Tuesday. Switzerland are going to beat Lithuania, barring a catastrophic meltdown here. The other teams, though, Ireland, Lithuania, Bulgaria, Northern Ireland, those are dead rubbers pretty much. Cancel each other out. And then the big game in November between Italy and Switzerland, that will be held on the 12th of November there. That's a huge game. That is a huge game. Very big. Very big game. Very big game. I think they're going to go into this game level on points. Italy cannot afford to drop points. Not even one. Not even 1 point here. 2 points, I mean. They can't afford to pick up a point. They got to win, or else they're going into the playoffs again. Because when they play Northern Ireland, nothing is guaranteed. And nothing is guaranteed for Switzerland against Bulgaria. This one could actually come down to goal difference. And if we look at the goal difference, Italy are leading the charge here. But let's say Switzerland go berserk and score a ton of goals in their games. Who knows? But right now, that game between Switzerland and Italy will be the decider there. And I'm not going to get deeper into it. We're going to move on to Group D here. Group D, France, Ukraine, who finally picked up a win, separating themselves from Bosnia, Finland, and Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan officially eliminated as well. So let's get into these fixtures, man. You know what I mean? This group was still pretty, still had a lot of life in it. And Ukraine pretty much still very much alive in terms of World Cup qualifiers. Bosnia alive still. Finland are still very much in it. So big up to the boy Michael Talks Football. Wonder if he was at the game today. Hard luck on, you know, the tough loss. But hold your head up. You guys could still do something in this group, though. Let's just take a look at the fixtures that went on today. The results. Scroll down to the results here. And there were 2 games in the group. Bosnia 2, Kazakhstan 0. I actually was watching that match. Don't know why, but I was. Finland 1 and Ukraine 2. Ukraine with the big road win, their first win of the World Cup qualifiers campaign after drawing their previous 5 games. So just to get into the details here for these matches. Bosnia 2, Kazakhstan 0. Remember, Kazakhstan refused to let 6 Bosnian players into the country because of, you know, visa issues or whatnot. But it didn't matter. As I said, it won't matter because those guys were pretty much no-name guys. And The goals were scored by Smail Prevlak in the 25th and 66th minute. Edin Dzeko had a ton of chances, but hit the post on a few occasions and put wide on another few occasions as well. Sead Kolasinac actually played that match too. Amir Goyak looked bright as well. It was a, good performance by Bosnia. Kazakhstan did get a few look-ins, and I thought they would have came out with a draw, but they were outplayed on home soil. And they are officially eliminated from World Cup qualifiers as well. So try better next time. 2026 for Kazakhstan. Very progressive nation, to say the least. So the other game between Ukraine and Finland ended in a 2-1 win for Ukraine. Andrei Yarmolenko in the 4th minute. And then Timo Pukki with a scrappy goal in the 29th minute. But Roman Yaremchuk scored 5 minutes later to give the Ukrainians a well-needed win. The first of their World Cup qualifying campaign under Alexander Petrikov after the boy Andrei Shevchenko left the post. So Alexander Petrikov was a former UT manager, and he knows the players very well. So, that's definitely benefiting the Ukrainian team. But look, when we look at this group, right? Let's just take a look at this group and how it shapes up. France, they a 4 points gap between them and Ukraine. Could that gap change? Yeah, because France have been dropping points in the group, left, right, and center with 3 draws. Could Bosnia catch up? Yeah, they have a game in hand. If they win their game in hand, they could go up to 9 points. So the group is still pretty much open. Finland also have a game in hand. They could go up to 8 points. So that playoff spot is pretty much up for grabs. And the top spot is France's to lose. So the group D is still pretty much open. Let's take a look at the fixtures that's coming up in Group D. The pivotal games. Kazakhstan, Finland. Finland should, walk away with something here, seeing that they have the most to play for. But Kazakhstan could play sport and pick up a win. This game between Bosnia and Ukraine is a huge game. It will be, on Ukrainian soil, and they have to make use of the home court advantage and pick up a win here. The Bosnia-Finland game is another big one as well. France should beat Kazakhstan. They should beat Finland. Yeah, they should, but you never know. And the deciding game for the playoffs, I think, might end up happening on the final match day here between Bosnia and Ukraine. So, fight! Winner takes the playoff spot. I think France should qualify directly for the World Cup, though. So, with that being said, we have more groups to talk about. Not Group E, but Group F. We did talk about Group E yesterday, briefly. But let's touch on it again. Belgium should go on to top this group and unbeaten as well. They have 16 points. The Czech Republic, Wales, Czech Republic and Wales, I should say, are fighting for that spot, for that playoff spot. I don't think Estonia stand a chance here. But you never know, though. You never know. You never know. They have 3 games left. If they win all 3, they'll go up to 13 points, and they could put pressure on the Czechs and the Welsh. But Czech Republic and Wales do have a backdoor into the Nations League as well, from the Nations League into the playoffs. So as it stands, both the Czech Republic and Wales are going into the playoffs, and I think that's how it may just end up being. So we're not going to get deeper into this group because there were no games from this group today. Denmark, oh my God, I can't say enough about this team, man. I just keep raving on about this team all the time, and I have good reasons to do so. 7 matches played, 7 won, 26 goals scored, none conceded, a goal difference of 26, 21 points picked up. Remarkable, an unbelievable run in World Cup qualifiers. If they are able to go perfect, they would actually achieve this for the first time in their history. And I think they could do it. I think they could do it. Oh man, ring the alarm. There's an alarm going off right now. There's an alarm going off right now. I gotta, take care of that alarm there. Wow, what an interruption. But 10 games will be played in this group, so there's still 3 more matches left to achieve that. And Denmark could qualify for the World Cup pretty soon. But as you could see there, Scotland are preventing them from mathematically clinching that spot, because with 3 games left, Scotland could still get a maximum of 23 points. But once Denmark wins their next match, they would qualify for Qatar 2022. Scotland, they're in prime position to get that playoff spot. Israel are on their heels. Austria are on their heels. But note, Austria has a backdoor from the Nations League as well. So right now, it's Austria and Wales occupying those spots, those 2 spots to go into the playoffs, the 3-path playoffs for the Nations League for the final 3 spots for Qatar 2022, after the 10 group winners would actually take those spots. So, yeah, good luck to these teams here. Faroe Islands are out. Moldova are out. Let's just take a look at the fixtures and do a quick recap of what happened today. So, yeah. Austria 2, Faroe Islands 0. Denmark 4, Moldova 0. And you had a thriller between Scotland and Israel ending 3-2 in favor of the home side, Scotland. So just to run through these games, Austria 2, Faroe Islands 0. Konrad Laimer in the 26th minute, and then Marcel Zabitzer in the 48th minute. So in terms of the other games, Denmark 4, Moldova 0. Andreas Skov Olsen in the 23rd. Simon Kjær from the penalty spot. Christian Norgard in the 39th. And Joachim Mæhle in the 44th minute. So what I like about this Danish team is the depth that they possess. And even though Kasper Hjulmand switched up his team, bam, still come out with a win. Kasper Schmeichel hardly had anything to do because Moldova registered 0 shots at goal, none on target. None. This was a perfect opportunity to give the backup goalkeeper some game time, but I think Kasper Schmeichel just wants to rack up these caps. I think that's what it is. Denmark had 21 shots at goal, 10 on target, had 70% of the ball, and it was total dominance from start to end. So congrats to Denmark once again. They're on the cusp of making it to Qatar 2022. So we have one more game from this group. Scotland 3, Israel 2. What a thriller of a game. Aaron Zahavi with a wicked free kick in the 5th minute. And John McGinn in the 29th. Manas de Boer put Israel in the lead in the 31st minute. Went into the second half with Israel in the lead. And Lyndon Dykes had a penalty saved as well, and then he did put in a header from close range in the 55th minute. So the game was actually tied 2-2 going into the late stages of the match before Scott McTominay put in unmarked at the far post in the 94th minute, and the crowd went wild, the players went wild as Scotland put a 4-point gap between themselves and the Israelis. I like what Israel has been doing, but they're not qualifying for the World Cup. They're not making it to the next round. It's going to be Scotland going into the playoffs, in my opinion. But there's still possible twists and turns that could happen in this group, Group F. So, yeah, let's take a look at the fixtures that's coming up. Faroe Islands will play Scotland. Scotland should win that game. Israel should beat Moldova to keep the pressure on. Denmark play Austria. Well, anything could happen in this game, but, you know, Denmark would put out their best team, and they are at home in Copenhagen, so most likely they will get a win, even if it's a close win. Let's see if they could continue to keep those clean sheets. That'll be awesome. Moldova plays Scotland next month. That should be another win for Scotland. So, look, easy fixtures for Scotland. I didn't say no fixtures an easy fixture, but you're playing Faroe Islands and Moldova. That's 6 points to take Scotland up to 20 points. You see what I'm saying? And then they would only have Denmark to play. Well, for Israel, Israel have some easier games as well. They play Moldova and they play Austria. Austria is going to be a big test, a huge test. Denmark play Faroe Islands. That should be a walk in the park, even though the last time wasn't a walk in the park. And Israel should beat Faroe Islands. But Israel have a test here against Austria. So, and Scotland against Denmark. So, but I think Scotland should, those 6 points that Scotland pick up against those minnows should be enough to get them into the playoffs. And that'll do it for Group F. And we move into the final group that we're going to touch on today. But before we do talk about Group I think we just touch on all the UEFA groups. And then I have predictions towards the end. Netherlands on top of the group with 16 points. Norway putting pressure on them with 14. Turkey with 12. Montenegro with 11. Latvia eliminated 5 points. Gibraltar eliminated without a point. We take a look at the fixtures that's coming up in this group. Key fixtures coming up. And Latvia play Turkey. They did give them trouble the last time, but I think Turkey should be good on the new management. Norway would play Montenegro. This is a huge game. Norway has to win this game. Netherlands will destroy Gibraltar. I will make predictions for these games pretty soon. Norway versus Latvia. Norway should win this game as well. And they have some big clashes. Montenegro versus Netherlands. The Montenegro-Turkey game. And the big game between Netherlands and Norway. This could be a decider for who gets the direct spot if Norway doesn't drop points along the way. So, Group H. We also touched on Group H already, and I spoke about Group H earlier, which will eventually be decided by the game, in my opinion, between Russia and Croatia down towards the bottom here, and it will be a game at home for Croatia. So, Croatia, I think, should go on to top this group. Because if you scroll up and you see the games here between Slovenia and Russia, that could prove to be a very, very tricky fixture. Croatia should handle business at home to Slovakia, but you never ever know. So the last group in terms of result, England on top their group, 7 matches played, 19 points picked up. Albania second. Oh man, Albania doing a damn thing, man. They're putting a lot of pressure on Poland for that playoff spot there, and Poland in third with 14 points. Hungary, I have to say, it's some bad karma, man, bad karma. 3 losses in their last 4 matches, if I'm not mistaken, and it came after that whole racism thing in the stadium when England visited, and ever since that game, the fortunes have gone south. I think they need to do some introspection, and they need to start looking into these situations a lot more and take them a lot more serious and ban these perpetrators, because it's usually a little crowd and not like the majority of the stadium. So hard luck, Hungary. That's it for you on World Cup 2022. I don't think they'll make it. They could only get a maximum of 9 points, and it's not happening, seeing that there's 2 minnows in this group, and I'm pretty sure Albania has to play these guys again. So let's just take a look at the fixtures really quick, the results, and then we'll take a look at the fixtures too. And yeah, 3 games, England 5, Andorra 0, Albania 1, Hungary 0, Poland 5, San Marino 0. So, just to touch on England-Andorra, Ben Chilwell in the 17th. There was a VR review of that goal, but it was initially given. Ben Chilwell on fire these days in terms of his goal-scoring prowess. Bukayo Saka with a goal in the 48th minute, set up by the boy Phil Foden. Foden, with the assist there. Tammy Abraham with a close-range shot there in the 59th minute. James Ward-Prowse, after his penalty was saved, put in the rebound, and Jack Grealish with a late goal in the 86th minute to round off a resounding and expected win for England over Andorra. Note, there was a fire at the stadium the previous day, and this match was officiated by an all-female crew. So it was a hell of a game. You see what I'm saying? It might appear to be a routine game where England just went and smashed. Nah. There was a lot of little things around this game, man. You know what I mean? John Stones started. Connor Cody started. Kieran Trippier. Even Jadon Sancho got a run out in this game here. Tomori came off the bench, Mason Mount, Jack Grealish, and Ollie Watkins, while Sam Johnstone was in goal and even picked up an assist, I think, for that Jack Grealish goal, if I'm not mistaken. So we are going to keep the ball rolling here in terms of these games. Hungary 0 at home, Albania 1, courtesy of the Chelsea youngster on loan at Southampton with the deciding goal in the 79th minute. Armando Broja. What a goal. Brilliant individual goal. Brilliant run. Cut back and just taking a shot and ended up in the far post. This kid has a bright future. He's been scoring a lot of goals for Albania. And remember the name, Armando Broja. Or Broja, some people may like to say. But it puts Albania up to second in a really, really good position here to get a playoff spot. I don't ever remember Albania reaching very far in terms of World Cup qualifiers, and they could be potential debutants if they make it to the playoffs. I would love to see them make it to the playoffs, but it would be at the expense of Hungary and Poland. Oh, man. Polish fans won't like that, but I don't know, man. Poland, step your game up. Poland 5, San Marino 0. Karol Swiderski in the 10th minute. Christian Broly in the 20th minute with an own goal. Tomasz Kedziora in the 50th minute. Adam Bushka in the 84th. And Krzysztof Piątek in the 91st minute to pull out his signature celebration. And what was surprising here is that Robert Lewandowski failed to score against San Marino. This is crazy. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. And that'll do it for Group I and the UEFA recap. So just to take a look at the games that's coming up in this group. Albania versus Poland. That's coming up in a few days. That's going to be a big game. If Albania picks up 3 points from this game, Poland, you could kiss the playoff round goodbye, most likely. Most likely. If the game ends in a draw, it won't be a good result for Poland still. Because Poland do play Andorra, and you go down, they do play Hungary. While for Albania, they will most likely beat Andorra. The England game might be a L, so they have to get results against Poland, and they have to get results against Andorra. For Poland, look, the game against Hungary is a must-win for them. And they will beat Andorra. And it's tricky. This one is really tricky, man, for the playoff spot. England should go on to top this group. They play Hungary, unless they mess up. They play Albania, and then they play San Marino again, a game they should win. So 3 guaranteed points. The rest points are not guaranteed, but knowing England, they should beat those teams, right? So 22 points. Could they be caught? Yeah. They could still get caught by Albania. 22 points won't be enough. Could still get caught by Poland. So England need to win their games to guarantee that top spot. So, yeah, man. Any more groups left down at the bottom here? Any more groups? Yeah, Group J. We got to touch on Group J really quick. Germany are on the cusp of qualifying. They could do that very, very soon. They have 18 points. North Macedonia, Armenia, and Romania fighting for that second place spot for the playoffs. Iceland pretty much out of it, and Liechtenstein officially out. You take a look at the fixtures that's coming up here, and we have take a look at the fixtures really quick. Germany versus Macedonia. Romania versus Armenia is a huge game. The Armenia-North Macedonia match next month is big. Iceland-Romania is also big. Germany should push aside North Macedonia, in my opinion. Should beat Liechtenstein. And they should beat Armenia again. So it's going to be fun to see who gets the second place. Because they go into the playoffs and they will be on the cusp of a World Cup place. So that'll do it in terms of the roundups, guys. I have predictions to make. And I have predictions for the CONCACAF region, Conmebol, Africa, and Europe. And I'll take the next couple minutes to actually do that. So big up to everybody who's still watching the live stream, man. You guys are the real deal. The turnout isn't like great for these streams because nothing crazy is happening. But still, I do appreciate everybody who come out and, support the thing. Big up to the boy Ankit in the house, man. Big up to Tanya Krishna as well. Origin Z, thank you very much, man. Big up to you. You know what it is? It's always, the best content never gets the attention it deserves. But it's all good, man. We in this for the long haul. Excuse me. We won't be looking at the vanity metrics too much. We won't be letting it get to us. Just keep that in mind. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. We'll definitely appreciate that. We need about 25 more likes to get to 100. All right. So yeah, man. Yeah. So Pop Hartuna, man, where the hell it was the Copa America content this year? Unsubscribed. Bye. Oh man, Pop Hartuna. Bro, listen, I couldn't do the Copa America along with the other content, all right? So it's okay if you unsubscribe, bro. If you unsubscribe, 10 more people would subscribe. So it's all good, man. It's all good. Pop, it's all good. I can't force you to stay subscribed. But big up to Tanya, man. How are you doing? Nice to see you around here. Mane Shimwe, nice to see you around here as well. So, look. I've made predictions for the CONCACAF region on my channel already. So, you guys could go and check out that video. But I'm going to just recap those predictions for you right now. I won't spend long at all. The prediction segment, it ain't going to be long. Just want to put that out there. I'm going to run through these predictions. So, we're in the final round. And I'll show you guys the table, predict the games, and keep it moving. Sunday, October 10th, Jamaica versus Canada. I'm going for Canada to win the game 2-1. And as I said, you guys need a more in-depth analysis, more in-depth thoughts on the games. Go and check the video out on the channel, okay? Panama versus USA. I'm going for this one to end in a 1-1 draw. Panama needs to bounce back, and I think they'll go hard. The USA may rotate, and that may actually help in Panama's cause to pick up a 3rd point at home. Costa Rica versus El Salvador. I've been impressed with El Salvador, and the fact that it's on Central American soil still, they would still feel at home, and they've been performing admirably at home. Costa Rica, not so much. So I'm going for another 1-1 draw in that game. And the match between Mexico and Honduras. I think Mexico should win this one. Frustrating one, by the way. A 2-1 win. And Luis Lopez would actually pull off some really good saves for Honduras and keep them in the game. They will get a goal because Mexico always give you a chance. And I think they would eventually go on to win the game and go back on top the octagonal table. Because I am predicting the USA to draw. So if Mexico win, the USA draw, Mexico would go back on top. So, that's it for the CONCACAF region. Take a scroll down. You can see the table right there. That's the octagonal table. And the USA are currently on top with 8 points. Mexico, second with 8 points. Canada, third with 6 points. Panama, fourth with 5. El Salvador, a fifth with 5 points. Still early, guys. Still 10 more games to go. Still 10 more games. It's still early. We are now scratching the surface, man. Costa Rica, 6th with 3 points. Honduras, 7th with 3 points. And Jamaica at the bottom with 1 point. The crazy thing about this World Cup qualifiers or campaign across all confederations, right? In terms of my channel. If you go back and you check my coverage, it wasn't this extensive, man. I did a few videos, a few updates and things like that, a few prediction videos, but I didn't do this. So what I'm doing, what we're doing is unprecedented, and it's basically never done before in terms of this channel. And most other people are not giving the qualifiers the love. You see what I'm saying? And, I gotta mention my boy Have Hope here. Usually when the World Cup comes around, my boy Have Hope is always, in the World Cup. But Have Hope, where's the World Cup qualifiers content, bro? You see what I'm saying? Nobody cares about the qualifiers. Nobody cares about the work. Nobody cares about the grind. But when the main event come around, then you see everybody. Yeah, life ain't fair, but it's all good. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep it moving, and we're going to move on to the Conmebol region where we have games coming up tomorrow as well. I will be catching some of those games. I have this nice app on my my phone though that I watch the Conmebol games on. So if you want that app, hit me up on the Discord server. The link is in the description box, and I will let you know that that app. Not sharing it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So all the exclusive things are gonna be now done on Discord, where we have been having discussions and things over there while the games are going on. Nice little thing, man. You know, building up the community outside of YouTube as well. So we on Conmebol, and round robin matches played between all 10 teams in the Confederation, and we are gonna scroll down to the October 10th games, and yeah, so yeah, man. October 10th. Bam, bam, bam. We got 5 games. Bolivia versus Peru. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Before we do that, let's scroll down to the bottom and take a look at what the table looks like. Let's do that. Brazil are on top, 9 games played, 9 wins. Argentina second, 9 games, 19 points. 5 wins, 4 draws. Look at the gap between Argentina and Brazil. This is ridiculous. Brazil is just immaculate, man, in terms of Conmebol and World Cup qualifiers. They could actually go on to break the record that they set the last time around. I think they picked up 42 points. Jeez, if they continue like this, 18 by 3, they'll pick up like 50. What is that? 18 by 3, 18, and 18 is 36, 54. Oh my God. I don't want to say I don't think they'll do it. They might just end up doing it. But yeah, Brazil will qualify for the World Cup pretty soon. And when I say pretty soon, I mean pretty soon. But not quite yet, because a lot of games still to be played. But if you go back and check the history, it's usually about 27 points last time around got you into the World Cup. Argentina second, Ecuador third, man. This is the team I'm really rooting for. This Ecuadorian team. I want to see them back at the World Cup. They are third with 16 points. Uruguay also on 16 points with 4, with goal difference separating the two teams. Colombia fifth in the playoff spot with 14 points. Paraguay right behind them with 12 points in 6th. Peru not far behind, 11 points, 10 matches played. Chile struggling hard. 8 games to go. They could still qualify, but they need to win everything. They need to win everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. 6 wins won't be enough out of 8. They need to win at least 7 games to stand a chance. And judging from what we can tell from this Chilean team, that's not happening. Bolivia, we could count them out already. They're not qualifying. And Venezuela, they're also not qualifying. So let's go back up to the fixtures right about now and make predictions for the games that's coming up tomorrow here. So Bolivia versus Peru, in my opinion, I still think Peru is going to pick up a 2-1 win, even though it's difficult to play in La Paz in the altitude and everything. It's difficult to play there, but I think Peru are going to go there and get the job done and win the game 2-1. The Venezuela versus Ecuador game, this is a big opportunity for Ecuador to really stamp their authority in terms of the table. And who knows, could go 1 point behind Argentina if they win this game against Venezuela. But look, you can't completely write off Venezuela in these fixtures. They will be at home. Not like they're playing against Argentina. They did give Brazil a run for their money. You know, give them a scare where Brazil needed to win late. But I like what I see with this Ecuadorian team. They know what they need to do. They're on a mission. I'm going to go for them to win the game 3-1. coming off of their big win in their last game there. So, look, and that win was against Bolivia, if I'm not mistaken. So, when you come up against these teams, these weaker teams, you have to trample them. You have to slap them up. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not promoting violence or anything. I'm just saying. Colombia versus Brazil on Colombian soil here. I'm going to go for Brazil to win the game 2-0. And the reason why I think Brazil would fare well against Colombia is because Colombia would play a more open brand of football that would suit Brazil. You see what I'm saying? If they play really defensive, then they stand a chance to grind out a draw. But Brazil would always find a way to get that goal, man. Too much talent in their team. And I think Neymar should be back for this game after missing the last one against Venezuela with suspension there. I'm going to go for Brazil to win the match 2-0. Argentina versus Uruguay. This is a big one, man. This is a huge one. Two sky blue teams meet each other. Suarez, Cavani, Messi. Guys like Joaquin Correa, Angel Di Maria, Papu Gomez. All on show. Star-studded event. Guys like Darwin Nunez comes to mind. Nahitan Nandez. Mr. Vecino. All these guys, man. Diego Godin. Muslera versus Emi Martinez. This is a big one. But unfortunately, I'm going for it to end in a draw. Draw. Both these teams' last games ended in 0-0 draws. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. If any of these teams could pick up a win, it would definitely be good. Argentina will go up to 22 points. Uruguay would get closer to 20 points. But I'm going for a 1-1 draw here. It would be a very, very feisty and cagey event, affair, whatever you want to call it. But it's going to end in a draw. And last but not least, Chile versus Paraguay. I think Paraguay are going to go to Chile and bag a narrow 1-0 win because I like what they did against Argentina there. They look really, really bright. And look, Chile, I have not been convinced whatsoever. Big up to Call of Century, man. Thank you very much. With Colombia losing Thursday, I think Brazil can clinch in this window, but not till Wednesday. I think Brazil, yeah, mathematically, when they put all the permutations versus when teams come up against each other and the points they can get, Brazil should be able to qualify. But my brain is not a computer, so I can't really do that, though. You know what I mean? Yo B is saying, Dom, Ecuador are like the reverse of Chile. They stopped calling up the old guys that were past it and let the youth play, but Chile are still relying on the old guard. Chile is pretty much a retirement home. This is a big comment. I love this comment, man. Big up to the boy, Origin Z. Big up to John Burns in the house. Nice to see you around these parts, John Burns. So, Almighty Blue says, not seeing this level of World Cup qualifiers content on any channel, bro. It's more news than the sports TV on channel. Yeah, man. Yeah. Big up to John Burns. I missed this. Oh, I'm missing things like this, man. At Dominic Rich FC, Mexico and the USA could qualify in the second pot. Maybe the first pot for World Cup qualifiers. Could Canada qualify in the third pot for World Cup qualifiers? And in terms of the pots, you mean, you know what I mean, according to FIFA rankings, because the USA and Mexico are ranked very highly. And we will touch on the pots again. We will touch on the rankings again. And I'm glad you bring this up. And in terms of the FIFA rankings and the pots, we did do the FIFA rankings before. And now it's all coming together. I'm like, wow, it was very important that I touched on the FIFA rankings. So next time we have an update on the rankings, I will incorporate it into the November stream and remember to actually talk about this one. So yeah, I think the USA are currently ranked about 13th right now. And yeah, they could be up there. I think they may be in part 2 though. Part 2 sounds a little bit more realistic for the USA. Should be about 4 pots, 8 teams per pot. They could end up in, according to who misses out, if some big teams miss out, they could end up in part 1, but most likely in part 2. So, yeah. Thriller! Thank you very much, Rich Squad Cares. Definitely, man. But big up to everybody in the stream, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So we're not done yet. Chile, Paraguay, 1-0 to Paraguay. I like the energy that they played with against Argentina. I think they could have actually won that game against Argentina. I think in one of these games there was a, I was actually looking back and I missed some penalty things, some penalty misses. I did not talk about them. But I think in the Croatia game, there was a penalty save. I think it was Modric's penalty was saved. And there was a few more other penalty saves as well that I didn't talk about. I think there was one in South America, if I'm not mistaken, and I didn't actually touch on it. But I can't even remember, though. But if you guys could remember any penalty saves that Mikhail of Cyprus saved, and Marciano saved the penalty from Scotland, and there was a penalty saved by Ali Kassiev Houssani of the UAE. Iran had a penalty saved as well. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think those are the penalty things that I didn't talk about the last time around there. So so that'll do it for the Conmebol region. But before we do, there's games coming up Thursday, October 14th. Bolivia will play Paraguay, Colombia play Ecuador, Argentina play Peru, Chile play Venezuela, and Brazil face off against Uruguay. This is a big game. This is a huge game. So with that being said, we're going to keep it moving. We still have a lot of work to do, man. Lot of work to do. Not a crazy amount, but we have to jump back into the African confederations to predict the games that's coming up tomorrow and Monday. So I'm covering the Monday games today because I won't have time tomorrow to do so. And I don't want the work to pile up. So I'm handling business like right now. So we have games from groups A, B, C, D, E, F, and J coming up, I think. So let's go. Let's get Sunday, October 10th. And Monday, October 11th. And I'm just going to go through all these games. Oh, man. Why is my alarm going off again? Jesus, alarm. So annoying. Anyways. Yeah. All right. Just going to make sure. My wife should hit me up in about half hour. So let's handle business before that actually happens. A lot of information and a lot of content to go through, guys. That's the crazy thing. So I think that's why most people don't even touch this. They're intimidated. But this don't faze me, man. I just want to put it. This don't faze me. I'm willing to stream every day to get the content done. I'm willing. Let's do this. Let us do this. I do this. Benin versus Tanzania here. Let's just do them in order. Group A. Let's get the Group A game. Group A on Monday. Group A. We have one game from Group A. Burkina Faso versus Djibouti. I'm going for Burkina Faso to smash Djibouti 5-0. And with that, Burkina Faso will keep the pressure on Algeria for, that top spot in the group where they're currently tied, but goal difference separating them. Algeria smashed up Djibouti. And Djibouti are the lowest ranked team in Africa as well. So, look, that's Group A. We're going to move on to Group B. Zambia play Equatorial Guinea. Mauritania play Tunisia. So let's get that. And that's right here. So Zambia did lose to Equatorial Guinea. It's double headers this month. And I'm actually going to go for a 1-1 draw in this return fixture here. And guys, note, a lot of these games will be played on neutral soil. I can't keep track of all these venues because teams are playing in some strange countries, man. You know what I mean? And I can't keep up. I really can't keep up. But I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw here. The game between Mauritania and Tunisia. Tunisia did win the match. I'm going for Tunisia to win again, 3-0. That brings us to Group C. Cape Verde play Liberia. I'm going for Cape Verde and Liberia to draw the game 1-1. Cape Verde did come from behind to beat Liberia, courtesy of a Gary Rodriguez late goal there. I will touch on the tables pretty soon, guys, so bear with me. Central African Republic versus Nigeria. Wow, Central African Republic pulled off one of the biggest upsets so far in World Cup qualifiers by beating Nigeria, the Super Eagles, 1-0. Could they actually do it again? To send Group C into disarray? I don't think so. I think Nigeria is going to win this one 2-1. Nigeria had way too much talent on display on that day to lose the game. Just wasn't potent enough in front of goal. I think they're going to bounce back. If Central African Republic manages to pull off another upset, Nigeria will start to worry big time. Some Gernot Rowe, you might lose your job. Just want to put that out there. And with that being said, Group B, A, B, and C predicted. Group D, we're going to go back down to Monday. Mozambique does play Cameroon. Cameroon did beat Mozambique a few days ago. And I'm going to go for Cameroon to beat Mozambique again, 2-1. And the other game here in this group between Ivory Coast and Malawi, where Malawi did beat Ivory Coast did beat Malawi. I'm going for the Ivory Coast to pick up another win, and that's going to be 2-0. So from Group D, we're going to move to Group E, and we go back up to the Sunday game here, where Kenya play Mali and Uganda play Rwanda. I'm going to go for Kenya to lose again, Mali to win the game 3-1. Uganda to beat Rwanda narrowly by 1-0 to set things up nicely in this group. And Mali, as we should know, they are top in this group. This is a group of life. And Mali, I think, would be 180 minutes away from qualifying for their first ever FIFA World Cup. So from Group E, we go to Group D, Group F, where we have Libya playing Egypt and Gabon playing Angola. Angola did beat Gabon. Egypt did beat Libya. But now it's time for the return fixtures. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw down in Benghazi between Libya and Egypt. Egypt may just end up winning the game, but I think Libya played well and narrowly lost, and they were quite unfortunate to lose the game. I think they're going to get a point to keep themselves alive in this group. Gabon, I think they're going to lose again to Angola. I don't have no more faith in this team. Even with Aubameyang, I don't have no faith in Gabon. Another L. 2-1 win for Angola to knock him out of World Cup qualifiers. Pretty much sure they'll be officially knocked out if Egypt eventually goes on to win too. And even if Libya pick up a point, I think it's going to be a wrap for Gabon. And we do have one more group to touch on. Group J. We have more games on Tuesday. I'll touch on those games on Monday. So, Group J, Madagascar play the Congo DR. I'm going to go for Congo DR to win again, 2-0. And that was a margin I think they won a few days ago, 2-0. Benin versus Tanzania. This is a huge game because this is like towards the top of the table. Congo, they are up there with Benin, but Benin are up there, and they are potential debutants as well. I'm going to go for Benin to win this game 2-1, though. Big up to Benin. 2-1 to Benin. 2-1. And that would keep them on top of the table, and Congo DR would be under a lot of pressure. Let's just go down to the table really quick and to take a look at the table. Ooh. Algeria versus Burkina Faso. That's the matchup there. We're not going to stay too long here. Tunisia should run away with this group, but Equatorial Guinea, they're keeping the pressure on. So in case Tunisia slips up, Equatorial Guinea are right there. Zambia expected to do a lot better, but haven't done well in the group at all. But Tunisia should top this group and move on to the next round. Nigeria, they're putting themselves in a really, really tricky situation. And if they drop points against the Central African Republic in the return leg, it could be disastrous. Liberia still struggling, but Cape Verde, they're looking good as well. Group D, Ivory Coast and Cameroon are in the running for this spot. It's just between the two of them. I don't think Malawi and Mozambique stand a chance here. Group E, Mali, Uganda in the fight. Kenya, under new manager, I don't know why they changed their manager, but they learn. They'll definitely learn. And Rwanda, they're out of it. Pretty sure they're out of it. But Mali, I think Mali is going to go on to top this group. Group F, Egypt and Libya are in the running. Angola could sneak their head in if they keep picking up wins and put the pressure on Egypt if they drop points, and Libya as well. So this group is still very, very tight, but we'll know for sure what's happening. We'll get a clearer picture after these matches are played. Group G, South Africa have been impressive. They're on top of the group. It's between them and Ghana. The return game between them and Ghana is going to be the deciding factor here. So Senegal, they should go on to top this group easily. And they could do so with a win in the next game. They win the next game, that's it. That is it. They would actually go on to top this group once they win the next game because they play Namibia. You see what I'm saying? And Namibia are their closest rivals in the group. And they won't be able to get caught after that. So Senegal will be on to the next round. Morocco, same situation for them if they beat Guinea-Bissau. Benin, well, it's not the same situation because they're playing against Tanzania and not against Congo DR. So it'll be a tight scrap between those two teams. So guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. We'll definitely appreciate that. We have some games to predict in Europe before we call it a day in today's stream. You guys are probably wondering, where do you have so much content to touch on in these live streams, right? Yeah, man, never-ending content. We got games from Group E, G, H, and J to predict. So let's go. Group E. Yesterday I forgot to predict the games from Group I. And you know what, man? Since I don't like to leave, stones unturned, let me just remind you guys what my predictions were. I predicted England to beat Andorra 7-0, but that was a 5-0 win. I predicted a 1-1 draw between Albania and Hungary. Albania won the game 1-0, and I predicted Poland to beat San Marino 8-0, but it ended 5-0. So, yeah, just wanted to share that with you, all right? I feel better now. I feel way more complete now. So let's talk about the Group E matches. Let's go really quick. I ran through all these groups already, so I'm not going to linger. I'm just going to let you know my predictions, and we're going to call it a day here. So Belarus versus Czech Republic, 2-0 win for the Czechs. Estonia versus Wales, 3-1 for Wales. And the race will continue to be very tight in this group here between Wales and the Czech Republic. You could forget about Belgium. They're gone. So Group G. Let's go down to Group G, where we have 3 games to predict here. All teams play in this group. And these are the games that's coming up Monday. So I'm touching those Monday fixtures right now. There will be no UEFA games tomorrow because of the Nations League. So I have to do these today. Latvia versus Turkey. I'm going to go for Turkey to win the game, 2-0. I think they did draw 3-3 recently against Latvia, but under their new boss, Stefan Kuntz, I think they're going to handle business. Norway versus Montenegro, a home game for Norway without Erling Haaland. I still think they're going to handle business and win the game 2-1, but Montenegro shouldn't be taken lightly. And the Netherlands versus Gibraltar, Netherlands 6, Gibraltar 0 is my predictions. Group H, let's go down to Group H, where we have 3 matches as well. All teams play. And we have games coming up between Cyprus and Malta. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. I think Cyprus recently lost to Malta, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just scroll up really quick. Malta versus Cyprus. Yes, Malta did smash up Cyprus, but I'm going for a draw this time around. Slovenia versus Russia. Russia with a narrow 2-1 win to keep things very interesting in the group. And Croatia to keep their clean sheet record going. Big up to the boy Dominic Livakovic in goal. Croatia to win the game 2-0 on home soil. They're very, very, very good. And the last group is Group J, Germany's group, where Germany could clinch World Cup qualification as soon as Monday. Because if they win their game, they will go up to 21 points and they won't be able to get caught by North Macedonia unless they lose to North Macedonia and North Macedonia pass their goal difference. But Germany should be good because look at what's going to actually happen here. Look at why they should be good. Because that 3 points would come against North Macedonia. See? So North Macedonia has to beat Germany if they want to actually keep in the race to get that top spot, which I don't think that they're going to get. So Germany versus North Macedonia, 3-1 win for Germany. North Macedonia, remember, you guys remember, won on German soil and caused a really big stir in the German camp. But I think on the Hansi Flick, Germany are looking good. They're going to bounce back. And I mentioned they're looking good. This Germany team could go on to win the World Cup. I'm going to go as far as to say that because you can't ever trust the Germans, man. You can't trust them. Romania versus Armenia. I'm going to keep things interesting, and say a 2-2 draw between these two teams fighting for the second place spot. And with North Macedonia losing, that would be great. That would be a great result for Armenia. A win would be even better for Armenia. Iceland versus Liechtenstein. I'm going for Iceland to win the game 3-1. They will concede a goal. So with that being said, that'll wrap it up for today's segment, episode 16. I've been live for almost 3 freaking hours. God damn. Jesus Christ. Kiribel Tedros, Dom, just gonna let you know I donated to show support. Did I? Oh, you dropped a donation. Thank you very much. Canadian 279, Kiribel Tedros, thank you very much. Do appreciate that, man. You know what I mean? Every donation goes a long way. Thank you very much. Did Cole of Century drop another super chat with Colombia losing Thursday? I think Brazil can clinch in this window, but not till Wednesday. Was that another super chat there? If I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm mistaken, but in case. Yeah, I think I read that super chat already. But yeah, thank you to everybody in the house who dropped super chats. Do appreciate that. John Burns, Steve earlier. Do appreciate that. Everybody who dropped super chats today. I can't remember everything, but I do appreciate that, man. Big up to Triller who says warm applause for the in-depth coverage as usual. Oh, I didn't read it? Oh, sorry, but yeah. So Malta, a nice drink. I love me some Malta, man. That Vita Malt. See what I'm saying? Lovely drink, man. Lovely drink. So what are we looking like in terms of my wife? All right. She haven't messaged me yet, so I got some time, man. I got some time. Guys, is there anything that you would like me to talk about the next time I go live on Monday? I will be live tomorrow, but the World Cup Qualifiers Daily will take a break tomorrow. I know it's daily, but the Nations League, I figured I'll do a watch along. And in the night, I'll actually drop a video on the CONCACAF results as well. So there will still be World Cup content coming tomorrow. So there's still going to be content. Something to look forward to, guys, okay? Let me see. Master Singleton, thanks for the live stream, and Australia is amazing this World Cup qualifiers. Indeed they are, indeed. Predictions for the Nations League final. I'm going for, I think I said France to win it. Yeah, France to win it. Big occasion, France. I'm going for France. So we have 92 votes in the polls for the likes. We have 88 likes. If you haven't yet liked the video, guys, make sure you smash up the like button, okay? I think I'm going to do these polls to help push the likes in the stream as well. Let me end this poll right now. Thanks to everybody who actually, voted and who liked the video. Fury versus Wilder. Why are we getting Fury versus Wilder so often, though? I don't really watch boxing like that. Really, really don't. And big up to Skylanders. I haven't given you a shout out, man. Thank you very much. You said thanks for this. This was a vibe. Appreciate that. I'll figure out my permutations for next time. Yeah, man. We'll get permutations. I'm pretty sure there's more permutations on the UEFA website. I'll touch on that next time around, but that's something that I could have done because the last time it wasn't too in-depth at all. So John Burns is saying next October 21st for the men's rankings. Okay. For the update. So that'll come in November. I'm planning on actually going on a vacation in November though. That'll be early November. I think that'll be around from that'll be early November to just for a few days. I might go to Aruba. Wife and I might go to Aruba for her birthday. For Liam's birthday too. Yeah, it's not my birthday, but and I don't know if there's gonna be game. If there's games, I will. Let me double check something. World Cup qualifiers in November. I think I'll be back before the games actually start in November, because it's November 11th. I think I'll be back before the games start. But anything that I have to touch on, I'll do it while I'm there. It will be like a fun little World Cup qualifiers daily, pre-recorded, touching on some things live from a beach down in Aruba. Dom, you look Saudi in your thumbnail. I've been to Saudi Arabia. You look like them a bit. Yeah, there's a lot of black people in Saudi Arabia. Is that the island that is very close to Venezuela? Yeah. And believe it or not, Thriller, Trinidad and Tobago is very close to Venezuela. Very close. If you look at the map, I was looking at a map the other day, and I'm like, these maps are weird though. These maps are like, you look at the maps, certain maps would say things are far away, other maps would say it's close. You see, it's like Cuba. Cuba is not like far from, when you look at a map, it's not that far from Mexico or, I don't know, man. These maps are weird. I'm telling you, the maps are weird. So you deserve the break. Enjoy while you still can. Thank you, Master Singleton. Yeah, but the thing is, in terms of breaks, I do this to myself, though. I do this to myself because I'm the one who actually want to do this. Nobody forced me to do this. But the thing is, you have to be different, man. You got to be different. You just can't do what everybody else is doing. And you see what I'm saying? So you have a segment here, who needs what to qualify in Europe as well. So yeah, I'll touch on that, I think, on Monday when this one gets updated. But I'm not going to go too deep into this one right now. So yeah. And a fun story. Recently, a little boat in St. Vincent, like a little fishing boat, got lost at sea. And there were 3 guys on there, and they were stranded for about maybe 10 days out on the ocean. And another vessel picked them up, and that vessel was off the coast of Venezuela. You see what I'm saying? So these guys drifted from St. Vincent to Venezuela out in the Caribbean Sea. Because if you look at the map, the chain of islands go up, and the Caribbean Sea is like a vast area. I'm telling you, man, guys, if you never went on a cruise, go on a cruise, man. Go on a cruise. I'm telling you, when I was on a cruise and you're on that big ass ship and you're looking at the ocean, the vast ocean, it's just mind blowing. It's just things that just blow your mind. You got to live a little, guys. Live a little. Dom, you see what's happening in La Palma volcano? I saw a little thing here and there, but not really look into it. I don't really watch news like that. News is depressing, though. King Key is asking, thanks for coming back, do you think El Salvador will have more respect now with the way they are playing? Of course. Of course. El Salvador has already been getting a lot more respect from me. Why you think I predicted them to draw? Because against Costa Rica, because of what they did in the last game there against Panama. So look, El Salvador could really, really challenge and put this octagonal in a spot of other. So they're doing some good job. They're doing some good work there. So Tom Ford cruises are super fun. Yeah, I've been on 2 cruises, man. They're really good stuff. So what else we have here in terms of the comments? So John Burns, early November, you surely want to bring the wife up to the vacation paradise of Edmonton, scout out the stadium. I don't know about that, bro. You see what I'm saying? I don't know about Canada. I love the Hawaiian cruise. You should do a Hawaiian cruise one day. Yeah, I do want to do a cruise like that. I want to do a Caribbean cruise, though. Like a 7-day Caribbean cruise. I want to do like a European cruise. And I want to just do a lot of cruises because in New York City, I did a lake cruise up in Lake George twice. And that was fun. Big ass lake, you know what I'm saying? But it's a small lake when you really think about it, comparing to like Lake Erie and some of the other lakes there too. So, gotta live a little, man, because life, could disappear in a blink of an eye. So yeah. It's a good thing I have a lot of water, man. What I started doing, guys, I started, every time I go shopping, I buy extra water just for this room. And there's like 2 cases of water right there because talking so much, I have to drink a lot of water. And I've done well because usually I lose my voice already. But the reason I think I haven't lost my voice is because I'm doing this as like a neutral and I don't have to yell and shout. But if Man City was involved somehow, I would have lost my voice already because I would have been yelling, shouting, ranting. I don't need to be ranting about anything. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely. So Tom, for Japan is third in the group with 3 points. Do you think they'll manage to get it back together and qualify? Right now, it's looking like playoff. It's looking like playoff, man. Playoffs for Japan. Playoffs. They're not catching Australia. And they're not catching Saudi Arabia. Just want to put that out there. Big up to Thriller. Donation for the water fund. Appreciate that, man. Take a ferry across the Lake Michigan at night. Man, that'll be scary. Definitely will be scary. Big up to Sammy in the house. Guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. I'm about to get up out of here, though. And I'm prepared to go and pick up my wife. And, I was so tired. Guys, I was so tired, I'm telling you. After that marathon stream yesterday, I only got about 2 hours sleep. I went to work. I was falling asleep at work. I'm telling you, I do this thing where I set my alarm for every 6 minutes. So I'll take a nap for 6 minutes, wake up, go back again, 6 minutes, wake up. It helps, but it ain't, And then this guy, Liam, I'm telling you, we have to put like a latch on the door because he always tries to like go outside, right? And I fell asleep, man. I fell asleep. Thriller says he fell asleep during live stream yesterday. It was so long, right? I fell asleep in the couch, and this guy, Liam, took a dining room chair, put it up, climbed up on it, and went all the way up to the latch. And I'm like, look at this dude. Like, I can't even fall asleep with this kid. I fell asleep, and he hits me in the face. He's like, wake up, daddy. Wake the hell up. John Burns, have a great stream. Have a great night. Dominic Rich, you do a great work. Thank you very much. Yeah, guys. A great thing that you guys could do when you have some time, man, go back and watch all the World Cup qualifiers daily. Like, just, that'll be a fun thing because you'll learn a lot. It'll be fun. And me personally, like, when I find, like, a podcast that I like to watch, I watch everything. It doesn't matter how long they are. I watch all. It doesn't matter how old they are. I watch all. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. Have you ever scuba dived before? No. I never have. Yeah, I've done some scuba diving before, if you know what I'm saying. Tom, thanks for this stream. They're really informative, man. Appreciate it, man. There's a lot of old Japanese shipwrecks in Micronesia. Super interesting. Yeah. So, guys, that'll be it for today's episode. Another 3-hour one. We'll be back tomorrow for the live stream. Watch along for the Nations League final. And we'll be dropping a review of the CONCACAF games later on in the evening. And coming back again Monday with the, World Cup Qualifiers Daily, where I'll be up by myself and I'll be big on the screen because I won't have my boy Liam. Dumb football shirts collection. Guys, I have so many football shirts and gears, I can't keep track of it anymore. They're all over the place. All over the place, I'm telling you. Cannot keep track of it. So, yeah, man. Yeah. So I'll download them since there's a loophole with YouTube Premium subscribers. Ooh, I see. What was I actually saying? Oh, yeah, I was talking about the schedule. Monday I'll be back. Tuesday I'll be back. Wednesday I'll be back. And Thursday I'll be back for the Premier League live stream. And maybe later in the evening can't be later in the evening because the Conmebol games are on Thursday. But I'll be back on Friday in the morning maybe, or in the evening, whenever. So there'll be live streams all this week. Saturday too, maybe. You see what I'm saying? I might do something on Saturday to catch up with the other leagues. And then Sunday, the wrap up. And then, oh man, Monday, maybe champion. I'm going to be live quite a lot. Okay? And I'm only doing this because I enjoy doing it, man. And I just want to cover the information. That's what it is. You see what I'm saying? And I do have a little something coming up for you guys who are still in here. A little surprise for you guys, okay? You guys will be like, whoa, I like that, Dom. Thanks, man. Thanks for, yeah. Anyways, guys, friend boy Dom. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace out. Rich Squad. Peace. Namaste. Peace. And guys, if you're wondering, these glasses are like blue light filter glasses. If you don't know, so that's why I always wear this, and it's stylish too. But it's for the blue light from watching the screens for such a long time. Peace.